Let's see. 8-Bit Noise says, I actually haven't played Through to the Moon, so I don't have any experience with that yet. Through to the Moon. I missed something. I love Hellblade. Have you played The Last of Us yet? I actually just got The Last of Us. I just got it. It was on sale for $14.99. I'm like, oh man, that's on my list of games I wanted to play. I didn't have a console before, so I didn't have the ability to play it. So I basically, instead of buying just one console, I bought all three. So I can play with all my peeps here on the stream to play some Fallout with them. Because I have it on Xbox One X, I have it on PS4 Pro, as well as I have it on PC, and I even bought the Switch too, so I can play games with all of you here on the stream with those too. So very, very fun. So I just tried it, The Last of Us, just recently. Incredibly good. Incredibly good. So is it like that? Is it like The Last of Us? It touches on the human psychosis and mental disorders. Scary, yes, at points. Oh. I would like to have a furious exploding combat shotgun. Yeah, Clay. I'm with you, Clayton. Let's do it. Some people like to have the bloodied one, too. If you got a bloodied one that was a 2-shot and also had that, you would get like 50,000 caps for that. But, you know, I can always get caps. Caps is nothing. It's about Norse women fighting demons. I don't know. There we go. This one made me cry. So did The Last of Us. Yeah. Oh, Kismet, you have a treat in store then if you are going to play The Last of Us soon. Yeah, I played the beginning of it. Oh, man. I have 3 daughters, by the way, so that beginning was rough. I was playing the remastered version, by the way. I was playing the remastered version. They have a whole bunch of other side storylines that you can do. I guess I could be getting in the game while we're talking. And a whole bunch of other cool stuff like that. We're just going to play a little bit of Satisfactory here. We're going to try to get our factory up and running. We are massively expanding our factory here. If you've never seen Satisfactory, this is an incredibly great game. Currently in early access. I was very kind of Satisfactory to send me a code to do this, and I have been addicted to it ever since. And I've had it for a while, but I said, okay, you know what? I'll give it a try. See what it's all about. And I thought it was going to be more like, Astroneer or more like Factorio, where you have, that kind of top-down view and you're doing that. No, it's fully 3D rendered, beautifully done, incredible factories. Now, this is my little baby factory. I'm telling you, I could build it at 1,000 times this size. I could build this at an incredible, huge size and just be raking in the loot right now. Just from what I've learned so far. And I've played about, actually it tells you, I played about 23 hours in this particular playthrough, but I have played a couple other playthroughs where I restarted over. Because I like to, first you just play to play, right? You're learning some of the basics. Then I play to learn the mechanics. And then I play to learn to crush the game, to destroy it, to make it beg for mercy. And that's what we're doing right now. We're building massive size stuff. We're running trains that are 3,000 in that direction and all of that. Having a fantastic time. Right now, though, we do need some concrete to get this going on. Let me turn my sounds back on. Crank it down just a little bit. So we're going to head upstairs here and try to hunt down some of our concrete here. And that's another thing I need to work on, getting more concrete. Now, every time I go to do one thing, there's something else that needs my attention, or this thing needs an attention, or we got to do this, or go do that. I love games like that. There's always something to do. There's something that, you have to be on top of to get going. And I feel like, again, I could start over again and do this 1,000 times better the next time. And we will. We'll do like a mega start. We'll start from the very beginning. So there we go. Yeah. I'd love to play The Last of Us. Sadly, no console to play it on. Yeah. Again, Google Stadia, bro. I hope when Google Stadia comes out that it has all of these other games like Last of Us and those things that were console exclusives. Because, hey, like this game right here is an Epic exclusive right now. And you got to watch out when you start that kind of trend. Because Google's got deep pockets. Now imagine if Google started doing that, right? They start buying out all the third-party games and then it says you can only have it on this platform. Look out for that, bro. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen. I feel like you should leave it open and let the player decide what platform they want to get it on. I'm always open to that. Let the players have choice. If you take away player choice, you're going to get players very, very upset. Case in point, Preston, right? You're like, Preston who, Kismet? Fallout 4. Another settlement needs your help, right? And then he gives you the quest. And you're like, hey, Preston, bro, I'm busy. I'm level 5. I can't go to a level 45 zone and do this quest. Why you give me this quest? Right? Now, if Preston had said, hey, the settlement needs your help. Would you want to take this quest? Not right now. Hold on to it. All right, cool. I'll get back to you on it. Okay, cool. You wouldn't hate him as much, I'm telling you. You wouldn't, because he takes away your choice. And I feel like that's a big mistake. So maybe one day, The Last of Us on Google Stadia or all these other games on Google Stadia, then we can all play together because it will be free. Because you can play on any device. You can play on your TV. You can play on your awesome PC. You can play on your. We could be playing games like Satisfactory, stuff like that on mobile, right? So if you're waiting on a train or you're at the store with your significant other and they're looking for shoes or clothes or whatever, and you're sitting in the man chair, because those chairs aren't there for the ladies. Their chairs are there for the husbands and boyfriends to sit there and play games. Apparently, that's what they should do. By the way, you know what? That'd be an awesome. That would attract lots of people to their store if they made like a little gaming area for the men to come in and play, right? Or the men are in there, they're playing some Xbox while the ladies are off looking for shoes and clothes and stuff. That'd be kind of fun. Kind of fun. I'd totally do that. I'd be like, oh, I'm down for that. Yeah, let's go shopping. Let's go shopping while we sit and play with random peeps at the clothing store. All right. Well, man, we are burning through this stuff like crazy. I feel like we're just snaggaroony. Do a little snaggaroony. I feel like our thing seems to be going slower. All right, there's something going on with our concrete here. We got to go figure out what's up with it. 'Cause it feels like it's going a lot slower than it was. I'm kind of scalping a bit of it here. How much do I got now? Not very much. I got 8. I'm going to sit and do that for an hour. That'll take a long time. So, we were fooling around with all of our stuff yesterday, and we were hardcore, man. We were hardcore. We were doing spreadsheets and all that other craziness, as I like to do. I like to, if I'm going to go in, I go all in, right? I figure out all the deep game mechanics, but we're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. We did enough of that yesterday. But yeah, we want to see that it is coming out at 90. It is. It's feeding in here. It's going as fast as it can, 15. And so it's coming out 15 over here, 15 there, so 30. We definitely need another one of these nodes. Let's go look for limestone. One right here where we're at. The other limestone is... Oh, it's weird. It's like it's in every direction. There we go. 200 that way. So we need to tap into some more limestone. 288 that way. So what are we feeling? What are we feeling? 243. Yeah, 2 more. So, I love that effect, by the way. A lot of cool effects in this game. Like when you're building stuff and like that. 243 or 288. I'm going to go for the 243. Let's go. Let's run out there. Let's get it going. Now, again, if you have a comment or question for me, my name is Kismet. Put Kiz or Kismet in the chat. I'll highlight in red. Know you're talking directly to me. If you're coming in from the homepage, thank you very much to Twitch for that recommended tab tonight. Thanks again for the chat out. Good luck with the factory tonight, but it's time for me to sleep. Go for it, 8-Bit Noise. Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for bringing your community into my stream. I hope you have a fantastic night, and we'll see you next time. All right, let's keep going. Bing. This way. Right over here, huh? Really? Huh. Huh. Ah, over here. I was a little freaky. It's like you're actually saying over there, oh, this is a normal node too. All right, so now we're going to build like a little camp here. Now, I keep going back and forth, and I know some of you are like, Kismet, I like to pipe it all into my base, or you know, build it remotely. I'm starting to warm up to the build it remotely, have it do all of it here, and then ship the final product over there. I'm starting to get to that point. But nothing's set in stone yet. Now, the funny irony is that we actually need some actual stuff to make the thing, to do the thing, right? But that's okay, because we can go in here and we can do this. We will rock you. Now you got that in your head, don't you? You got that in your head. We're getting the sexy groove going on today. Let's do it.
Giving yourself to me can never be wrong.
And your love is true. So I get excited about loot. I get excited. What can I say? Bringing that love in. It's not as bad as taking the hobbits. What can I say? I have some fun up in here. Gives you something to do while you're waiting for your guy to loot stuff. There we go. So I'm having lots of fun revamping all of my sounds over here, as well as you can use the little sound thing up there and drop some biddies on the channel and do sounds at the same time. Very fun. Uh-oh. I hear some life forms.
Life, where are you?
There we go. A little data life forms for you. All right. Now, the cool thing is we can just go ahead and make our own random workbench right out in the middle of nowhere, which is also very fun. And then we'll make some concrete. Makes concrete really fast, so no problemo. Okay. Oh, we got to take this out, too. Hold on. Oh, that's quartz. Oh, yeah. Give me some quartz, bro. Kizzy, thanks so much. I love the game I got from you. And it was a game I was wanting for a long time. Awesome, Greg Army. I'm very happy that you enjoy. Oh, I got to get rid of this peer node, too. That you enjoy that free random game that you won on my stream. I get that all the time. People whisper me when they win something on the stream. And like, Kizzy, I never win anything. And then they win like a $60, $70 game, so it's pretty awesome. Thanks to my awesome supporters here on the stream who do donate games for me to give away here on the stream. I love giving away stuff. I love going into streams and trying to win stuff too, but I never win anything. I have the worst RNG ever. I'm not just a member of the bad RNG club. I'm the president. If you're going up against me, against something, you have a higher chance of winning, because I bring down the averages that people are going to win. So you know I'm not going to win, so you have a higher chance of grabbing it. So that's why I love to give away stuff here on the stream, because I rarely ever win anything. I have won a headset before from Swifty, but my wife quickly snagged it. So it's really like I won it for her. But there we go. All right, let's go ahead and take a look where we can set our thing here. Say somewhere right there. And you're like, oh, Kismet, you can put these things down. Yeah, someone came in my stream and let me know that you can put these things down. Create yourself a bit of a foundation first before you put that in. Now, I got to go and pull out my equipment workshop. And I have a little bit of all the resources on me right now, as you can see. That helps me build whatever I want. So let's go ahead and get another portable miner in there. Whoop, there we go. And then we'll take this out. And then we'll get a Mark II in there. There we go. And this is a normal node too, so that means we're going to be producing a lot more. So as you saw, I was working on that other thing, but because I can't expand it there because I don't have enough concrete. I mean, I just called this earlier too. And then I had to come back and do it. Hey, look at my train. And I was playing this game, and I got to the trains, and I started making the train go, and then you can drive the train, and I'm like 10 out of 10. This game, 10 out of 10. They got me. They got me good with the trains. Absolutely love it. Incredibly fun building game. Highly recommend it. Non-sponsored, by the way. I mean, sponsored, they gave me a code, but non-sponsored stream tonight. So feel free to give it a love. Feel free to give it some love. I've already played it for weeks now, weeks and weeks. There we go. So we got that going. So now we need to bring some power over here. And luckily, we just happen to have some power right up there we can grab. Bring that down. Fire up. All right, so this should be coming out at 120. Man, if we had some more boost, we could really get this going. Okay, so here's the funny thing, is I can sit right here and let it start to build up limestone. So it's going to do it for me. And then while it's building it up, I can get all tricky and build myself a little craft bench and just literally take it right out of here and craft it myself. So I can go over here and say, okay, I need some more concrete. Boom. And then now it allows me to expand this area, right? I think that's pretty cool. Oh, another thing I could make is some fuel. So let's make some biomass. And then we're going to make a little fuel. Where's my fuel? There it is. Biofuel. I don't know if I have it on me. Oh, I don't have it on me. Oh, bummer. I was going to use my chainsaw. That's a bummer. I have to go back and get it or just make myself... I'm going to make myself a new chainsaw. I'm that lazy. I'm that lazy that I don't want to run all the way back up there and get the other one. Let's just see if we can make another one. We can. All right, perfect. We don't have enough room, though. Drop that. Make me a new chainsaw. I don't feel like running back up there and getting it. All right. This is also kind of a plateau point. When you get your chainsaw, the game does get a bit more fun. Because look at that. See, it removed the rock, too. So you can go in here and you can remove all this foliage, and it's much easier to create, get biofuel. And we'll do another playthrough where I start from the beginning. Don't worry. I like to just cut down everything that's in the area. First, make sure you grab these pale berries if you can. Another thing we can do is, let's go ahead and start with a box over here. We're going to get overburdened pretty quick. And we still got it on us. Okay. Get that. You can also just run around and hit E and pick up all these like bushes. I'm gonna clear the area. Alright. I just don't like the trees coming through the bottom of my stuff. That's the whole reason I get rid of them. Is I don't like them actually by my base. And by the way, you don't have to cut down the trees. You just cut down these bushes, and it gets the trees too. It gets everything that's AoE in that area. Which I think is pretty cool. Great way of doing that. Still haven't made our gas mask yet. We'll get to it. Oh, got some food right here. Nice, nice. Love how it takes out the rocks. That's pretty funny. It takes out this big one. Nope. Just a little rocks. Oh! Iron ore. We'll take that. Might as well. Now, the pure ones you have to take out if you're going to put a mine down, if it's over the top of a mine. This particular one right here is not over the top of a mine. It's just a random item that happens to be around. We just kind of cleared this whole area here to build out our little area, so it's not coming through the bottom of it. Now, I could just build it up a little bit higher, and then it would be higher than all of this stuff. But you can literally just walk around, find little things of wood in the ground, and all that. I find sometimes it's just faster just to hit E than to try to, you know, chainsaw all of this. So train. Now the trees themselves you can't just grab with E, only the bushes. Of course, this is a great way to get carpal tunnel hitting E too much. Boom, buy rocks. Oh, hello. If I see it's by a rock, then usually I use the chainsaw. Because I want to take the rock out. Now, I don't know if it's going to take this rock out. That's too big of a rock. Usually the smaller ones. Alright, I think I cleared a big enough area. What do you guys think? Nothing up there. Also very fun when you get to the point when you have the jetpack. That's very, very fun. So you can just, you know, get up on top of stuff or get away from mobs or whatever it is. Very, very fun. Again, look for all these kind of flat spots here where there's tons of wood just laying on the ground. Really good early on. Really, really good. Alright, we've cleared lots of space. You're like, Kismet, you're going to use all that space? You'll see. You'll see in a sec. It always seems like you have enough room, and then you realize that now you need this big, gigantic area. So I usually go around and I clear as much as I can see in that area, and then I always end up clearing more later on. It always happens. Alright, now we're going to take this off of us because this gets old very, very quickly. Whoa. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and grab 100 out. And again. Make us some more. Okay, now we can expand some more. And there it went, just as fast as we made it. Now I'm going to come over here and boost this at some point for sure. To really get it going at maximum speed. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start this going. Now you can run this out into a storage container, which I typically don't do, but anymore. I tried it before, but I'm kind of feeling it on this one, so we're going to try it again with the container. There we go. So it's coming out at 120. Let's see if we crank this up. Let's look at our spreadsheet that we made last night. If we crank this up, what is that going to give us? Again, I'm not going to get into the deep spreadsheets again today, but we'll take a look. Let's see, 180, 240, and 300. So the maximum we can do is 300. So I feel like we're going to crank this one and the other one up to maximum, so we can get a lot of this concrete going, because of course that's going to allow us to expand our stuff. New start. Yeah, I might just new start at some point here. I'm going to get to the highest tier, see what that highest tier is, and then I'll do what I call a serious playthrough, right? Most of the time when I'm playing a game, the very first time I play it or the multiple first times I play it, I'm just learning the mechanics of the game. And I love to learn the deep mechanics, what makes everything work behind the scenes, and then I'll what I call serious play, where I get in there and I'm like, all right, we're going to crush this game. We're going to make it beg for mercy. And that's when we really go heavy in, and that's what the Wasteland Tycoon style of playing games. So, all right, there we go. So we got that going. So what do I need to do? Well, right now, we only need to do 120. If we need to come back and upgrade it, we'll come back and upgrade that. So now that's just going to consistently run into there, right? And it's going to fill this whole thing up with 100 each. That'll be 48 times 100. That's a lot. That's a lot of limestone. So we'll just let that run do its thing. And then, of course, it's coming out at 120, so we need to look at our things that make our thing with the stuff and the thing and the brain that doesn't work. Brain, come on, work with me. Constructor. There we go. The constructor, and it's going to come in at 45 and go out at 15. So if we have 120, we need to do some math and make all that work. So we're going to go over here and we're going to take 120 and we're going to divide it by 45 over here. Now, I really should put a label on all of these. This divided by this. Again, I'm not going to be showing you the spreadsheet stuff. 2.666666666666667. So basically 2.7. We made 2.7 of these, so really we just want 2, and then we'll just have the excess, right? And then we could probably run that excess to a third one, but it's going to run much slower than the other 2. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll just do what we got to do. So let's go in. Let's make 3 constructors if we've got it. And we're going to go ahead and hit the plus button. 1, 2, 3. And then what that's going to do over here on the right side is this one of my favorite things in the entire game. Is that right side thing over there, which will tell you how much of each thing that you need for doing how many you're trying to do, right? So in this case, we need some wire. So we'll grab that. And of course, I'm low on wire. I'm low on wire for the first time in forever. I have got so much wire over there, it's obscene. But I guess we'll just make some more. I have like buckets full of wire over there. But we'll just make some more because I don't feel like running all the way back. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start getting this doing all of our work for us. We're going to do a lot of these. Let's see how that is. Let's go ahead and center this first one right off of here. There we go. This is going to be perfect because we're going to cut it up into 3 different parts and then just let it run in there. And it's going to go a little bit slower than it should because it's not going to be optimized. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll let it run a little bit slower, but it's going to produce 3 times the amount, or really 2.6 times the amount of concrete. And then we're going to double that up, and then we're going to be doing even more. We'll be doing 6 of them simultaneously, which is pretty cool. Or we'll crank it all the way up, and then we can do 6-1 to make sure that it absolutely fills it with 6. All right, what do I need? I need something. Why is it? Oh, I need concrete. I need the concrete. I'm going to double check I don't have any in here. I do, right there. I hate using up resources when I realize that I already had it in a box somewhere. It does bug me. It does bug me a bit. Oh. Mind you. Oh, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. Oh, that's okay. We'll come back to it later. Come back to it in a minute. Let's, another constructor. Boom. And... yeah, close enough. Close enough. Now this is going to be super easy, everybody. This is going to be like the easiest one ever. You literally just take the splitter here and you line up the input, and then I usually just line it up to whatever I feel like running it to, like right there, perfectly lined here. And again, this is going to come out at 120, so we're going to use our 120 belt right to there. Now over on this side, we don't need to use our 120 belt because it's going to be split down into 3 sections. So if we take 120 and we divide it by 3, and again, that's why we set up spreadsheets for all this stuff. We can do divided by 2, divided by 3, and then we just copy, paste, paste. So if we divide 120 by 2, it's going to obviously give us 60, but if we divide it by 3, it's going to give us 40. And then we look at, okay, what's the input of this? Well, the input of this for concrete is 45. So we're just going to be a little bit lower than what we need, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll just let it run. With that, it should be fine. All right, then we'll go ahead and power this up. There we go. And again, make sure that we have these set to something. Concrete. That one says no power. Didn't I run that one? Apparently not. I thought I did. All right, there we go. So now what it's going to do is it's going to pump all that limestone in there. Now the cool thing is that we have a huge backlog of some of it in here. So now it's just going to run and run and run at maximum efficiency for right now until it runs out of that backlog there. That'll last a little while. All right, so now we're making basically this times 3, right? 15 times 3. So we're making 45 worth of stuff out of concrete. We're going to go ahead and make another one of these industrial storages. We're going to put it sideways here. And we're... Oh, wrong way. We're going to put it sideways this way. There we go. And now we're going to merge all of this together and then just simply run it into there. It doesn't have to be perfect. It only has to be beautiful because you want it to be beautiful. For it to be functional, it'll be fine. It'll be fine if you just run it however you feel like running it. So we're going to run this into here. We're just going to bring that in at 15. This one, not going to be able to make it. All right, hold on. We got to move this over. We got to move it over just a tad. Let's just put it right here in the middle of this one. That'll make it even easier. Sometimes it has trouble snapping, so you got to hold down control. All right, and then we'll use our cheapest one because we don't need to do anyone higher. Into there. All right, so that's going to be 45, and then we can just use our cheap one here. But we might need to do something like this, right? Where you circle it back and then circle it back again. Maybe like this. All right, sometimes you got to fool with it a little bit. You got to fuddle with it. And there we go. All right, we're producing a good amount of concrete there. But we definitely want to boost the heck out of those. So we'll take that concrete and we want to run it back to our base. Now we could put a train. We could do all of that stuff. I feel like it's completely unnecessary. I feel like we're just going to stack it. Stack it up nice and high. And just run it straight up there. Funny irony. Out of concrete. Out of concrete. Boop, there's some right there. You want to make a lot of this concrete at the very beginning. When you start the game, I suggest to do concrete first. When you have your first miner, do concrete first, get concrete going, have it running into a box, and just let it run. Because it does take a while for it to make a lot of concrete. I would just let it run and run and run and run. Alright, so we're going to take this out of the top of here as fast as we can. It's coming in at 40, so there's really no reason to go faster than 40 right now. Which is actually going to be 60 conveyor, but it's really just 40 is the maximum speed. And then we'll run up here. Just realized I don't have any fuel. Nope, no fuel. No moss fuel. That's because I put it down over here. And drop off some of this stuff that's weighing us down. Anything else we want to get rid of? Not really. Alright. Grab all our stuff back. And we'll just drop some of this extra loot in here and come back for it later. Holding down control key, by the way. Alright, so it's churning out a ton. There we go. Got my jetpack back. Look at that. It's turning out a ton of this stuff right here. Now we're going to run it back to our main base, which is where it's needed. Whee! Kismet, what the heck are you running up so high for? Find out in a second. Yeah, I'm already about 10 steps ahead of what I'm doing right now. That's how I typically play games. I already know what I'm doing for a whole bunch of steps. But we got to see if we can make it over here first. We're going to have to put one in the middle. Right about there. Let's go ahead and build that one up. I love how you can build from far away, too. It's really cool. If you've got the clicking skills. Gotta find that sweet spot. Very nice. All right. Look out, train! All right, so right about here is its maximum distance. Let's put it right here. This is kind of away from our train. No? I guess we'll put it in between the train. Way up there. Oh, really? Iron plates, everybody. I'm out of iron plates right now. Every time I'm out of iron plates, it makes me laugh every time. Because I literally have 6 boxes full of iron plates over here. I mean, they're just backlogged. I mean, it's happy for me to take them. There's so many in here. It's like, yay! Alright, yay, manufacturing can go again. I feel like there needs to be like an A-B switch, right? Where you can just, you know, press a button, it switches over to iron rod, you press a button, it switches back to iron plates. I could definitely divert all of this production right here into iron bars at this point, and run it over to my other iron bars. I'm kind of tempted to do it right now. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and funnel it over there to our iron bars. I'm going to take this out. And take this out. And we're going to go ahead and swap all of this before we get it going again. Swap this to iron rods. Again, I feel like if you're doing this really well, you're coming back later and doing this. Switching your production to something else. And it'd be nice if you could group it and just say, okay, all of these are now doing this. All of these are now doing that. You can come in here and color code all of these. You can change the color of all of your stuff. So that it's doing one thing or another. So I'm just going to take all these plates out. So we can start doing rods here. There we go. And that's what we're building over on the other side too. A lot of iron rods. Alright, we got tons of iron plates. I feel like I want to just build another box over here just to make my life easy. That's going to hold excess iron plates. Let's just throw them in there. Same thing with this. We'll put that in there. This way I don't have to micromanage it. I literally would rather throw it away. Rather throw it away than me have to manage it all the time. Yeah, it's too much. Too much to just get rid of. Okay. So now we also need to grab all of these ones here. Otherwise, what will happen is we'll end up with a bunch of those extra. So we're just going to kind of run those over here if we can. Not going to let me. We'll just do that. And then you can just go to the end and just grab them off the end. Right? I think that's a really cool way of doing that. And just grab these, because we don't want to run these into our iron plate or our iron bars over there. It'll screw us all up. We're just going to let this run a little bit until we get rid of all the plates. And we're just seeing nothing but bars. There we go. Coming out of there. And let's go ahead and take this one out. Here. Let's see if we can really turn it heavy this way. There we go. Run that like that. And it's not that pretty, but it's functional. And do this in there. Alright, now it's feeding all of that into there, which is fine. And then we want to run it clear across. Missing iron plates, everybody. I'll pull it out of here. And now we can run it all the way across over to here. And now these iron plates, or iron bars from over here, are going to combine with those iron bars. And now I have two giant facilities doing iron bars. Now before, these are all filled up with iron bars, right? You can see I've got some there. I've got some here. But I can tell you that these iron bars need to be going elsewhere because some of my other stuff doesn't have enough iron bars or doesn't have enough materials. So eventually when I get that back up and running, when we fix the problem over there, then we should be fine. We should be good to go after that. Like right now, see this should be producing more of these bars, right? More of these iron plates. So we're going to just pump those bars in there and hope this all works out in the end. Yeah, so it's making screws over there, making tons of screws and tons of bars. I feel like we should be making a lot more of these plates over here. You can see we're making 4 of them right now. There's 1, 2, 3, and then this one's number 4. Yeah. Still not producing enough of those. All right, so we switched that over. And we'll just let it do iron bar. Look at that. It's going to fill that sucker up like nobody's business. I feel like I should speed this one up too. This is a Mark II. Let's make it a Mark III. Boom. Now watch as this feeds in faster. Right? So that's going to feed in there faster and fill this up faster. In fact, if I was really crazy, I could go 480, but it's not even feeding that fast. Feeding at 120 right now. 120, 120, and that's 270, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Again, let's not forget our plates. And over here, I've got 100. Yeah, let's take another one. Take another one. Let's get this going on. Going on. So again, we're going to unlock that top part first. And then we'll get it going on. Oh, and we took this all out. I think we can take this out now, too. Take this completely out. Get our resources back. Bye-bye, truck station. All right, back to what we were doing. Alright, we put it up nice and high to keep it away from our train. And now we're going to go ahead and bring it back down again. So this one's going to supply this side over here. Oh, this is the output on this side. And does this have anything connected to it? I don't think it has anything connected to it. This is coming down. Oh, that's coming down and going directly in there. Let's take this out. Oh, yeah, that was supposed to come down and go into that box. Apparently no. Apparently I fail-fished that. Now the cool thing is we'll be able to take out all of that as well. So we're going to go ahead and put this into there. We're going to take this out. Take that out. Now we no longer need all of that production up above to bring it all the way over here because now we can just use this. Use this. Take this out. What am I at? I'm at a... I should be going... all I really need to do is use a 60 anyway, because it's not coming out that fast anyway. Run that into there. And now this one's going to have its own separate concrete from over there. And it's going to be coming in at 20 per minute, which actually it'll be more than 20 per minute, which means that this concrete right here will start to create a backlog of concrete that we can come and grab when we need, which is awesome. Now we're going to run upstairs and we're going to take out all of that other concrete stuff that we were using from the other side. And then eventually we'll boost out. We'll get twice as much. I'm going to run way out here. That's doing its thing. Lots of iron bars being made right now. Oh, missed it. Let's do it. I feel like this is Apex Legends, but building, not shooting. I don't know why it reminds me of it. I think it's because of the terrain style. I was watching Shroud play a game, and I forget what the name of the game was, but it looks exactly like this. It's like exactly like this, except for with you're collecting a whole bunch of loot, you're grabbing a whole bunch of stuff at the beginning, and then you fight it out at the end. I forget what the name of that game is. I think it's a fairly recent game. But I don't remember. I don't remember what it was, but I did remember him playing it. And I was like, whoa, that looks just like Satisfactory. You guys remember, let me know in the chat. Alright, now if you're not using certain infrastructure, I strongly recommend taking it out and using that resource elsewhere, as well as it uglies up your base. You don't have to track down all those resources again and all of that. Take all that out. That's going that way. The storage container is not doing anything anymore. And da-da. Alright. So now it's got just the one from over there dedicated to just this. So that means that this one's just going to run and be just fine. While it's over here producing these industrial steel beams and not having any issue. But right now it's kind of going a bit slow though because we need 30 concrete because we got this boosted. I don't know why I have this boosted. Let me take that out. Crank that back down. It's not doing it any favors if it's boosted because it's just literally it doesn't have enough to input it at 30 anyway. So there's no reason to boost it to that. We're going to put it down to 20, and that will give it a more kind of efficient run. And then we can use those boosts for the actual thing that's generating the ore over here instead. Much better idea. And that's going to crank out a bunch of those. So again, our thing right now is our modular frames. So we've got to get those modular frames up to another level here. We got 5 modular frames here coming in at 10 per minute, but it's not coming in at 10 per minute. We're getting barely any of them coming in. And the funny thing is I had so many of them. I had a massive backlog of them. Where are they coming in from? Right here. I had a massive backlog of them, and now I barely have any, which is kind of funny. Alright, so what do we need here? We need reinforced iron plates, and we need iron rods. We got no problem with the iron rods. And we're making 4 per minute here. So we need to make more of these assemblers and run more materials in there and make more materials for those particular things. So we're going to do that over the side here where we're rebuilding another one here. And you see we got a bunch of forges going in here. We have tons of stuff coming in this way leading right here to this. And that's why we did a lot of the work last night on how to do all of the stuff that we're going to need for that particular assembler. And we're going to be doing reinforced iron plates. So we're going to need iron plates and we're going to need screws. And that's where we are right now. So these are right now making iron rods, which we'll need later on. But we need some iron plates, and I got plenty of iron plates. So we need to also run these 4 into a container. And I feel like we're going to turn the container sideways like this so that we can kind of feed that all together. And let's merge. Well, coming out, you should merge. Going in, obviously, you should split. Alright, and this is coming out of here at 15. And this would be 45. Too close. Approaching another's clearance. Sometimes you got to delete it and re-add it and delete it, re-add it. Let's do that backwards again. I think I did. Yep. All right. Offset. You gotta learn what's wrong just by noticing what you did, and it's like obvious because it couldn't feed in there, so now it's obvious that it's wrong. Now, see, the cool thing is I can feed all three of those into there, and then I can also go up here and I can feed this into here, right? So now all of that is feeding into that one container, which is great because we can utilize that over there. Now I'm going to make a second container here, which I'm going to take a lot of that iron plate and I'm going to feed it right into here. And we're going to create a bit of a further construction over here, where we're now converting stuff into the iron plates into what we need, which is reinforced iron plates. Now, another thing that we're going to need is we're going to need screws, right? And it makes a lot of screws, so we can go in and start on screws next. So we're going to put the thing right here. Let's say. I feel like that's going to impede on that. So again, let's go ahead and put this down, set it to screws, and so it's going to come out at 15 and go out at 90, right? So in at 15, out at 90. So we're just going to go ahead and grab this. Now again, remember this is going in at 45, so we could be doing this at such an insane level, big time. So let's go ahead and push this forward a little bit. We're going to probably take all this out. But let's push this forward a little bit, and then we're going to just do these at a crazy level here. Again, eventually we're going to run into a power problem. Okay, so we know this is coming out at basically 15 and 15. So that's 15, 15. This is 30. 30 is 60. If it's coming out at 60, and then we want to run it into screws, right? How much do we need to put in? Well, wait a minute. It's just basically 4. It's 4 coming out, 4 going in, right? Now we could forego our thing here and just say, you know what, screw that. All right, let's just say screw that. Take that out. Take all this out. We can take out all this structure. Like that. And take these out because they're too far away. No reason to have it that far away. And just literally just run them straight out of here into the next stage, right? Which is into screws. Now I have a lot of screws back there, so I seriously doubt I need to do this, but we're just going to do it again anyway, just for funs. Just for the funsies. Alright, so they're making iron bars, and it's going to come in at 15, out at 15. Then again, this is going to come in 15, out at 90. So we're going to go ahead and just run that right in there. We're just using the standard conveyor belt, which goes at 60, but it's only going to really go at 15 because that's the maximum speed it can go. And again, now this is called scaling up your thing. Look at this, how we're scaling it up, right? We're doing 8 back there. We're doing 4 up here. Now, we've only done 1/4. This is 1/4 of what we can do now, right? Over here on this side, we could do 3 more sets of all of this off to the side if we wanted to make that much stuff. So there we go. So we're gonna, all of those are gonna make screws. And again, we'll bring some power. Run that one there, run that one there. Run this pole way off to the end here. And there we go. And then we'll tell it screws, 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 and screws, and off it goes. Now that's going to make a lot of screws. That's going to be a whole lot to run in there. And so, again, the next thing we're trying to make is the assembler, which is basically going to assemble all this. This is a constructor. So we need an assembler that's going to be doing this. Now, we need a lot of assemblers. So we're going to go ahead and start with our first assembler right here. And we're going to look at how fast does the screws need to be coming in. 120 per minute. So right now it's coming in at 90. So each of these are going to be coming out at 90. So that's 90, 180. You can do the rest of the math. 320 and so on and so forth. You can do a lot of the math. I'm pretty good. I'm at a good point in my primary base, but I'm struggling with expanding to an oil location. It says, and this, well, let me tell you, 3D Factory. Yeah, it's pretty much what it is, Crystal Crafter. It is really, really fun. It is incredibly fun. There we go. He's got the screw factory up now. Yeah, I'm working on it. By the way, I'm sorry, everybody, if you tuned in last night and I was playing Satisfactory and we were doing a lot of spreadsheet stuff. Very rarely do I do that, but I have fun doing it. I like to, because I learned a lot about the deep mechanics by doing that, by understanding, okay, what, if I double it, is it worth doubling it, doubling the speed, or is it better to build a second one, right? And in this case, we found it's better to build a second one, right? It's better to build multiple than to actually boost it because it uses less power and produces the same thing, right? And I could get I have crazy tons of resources. I could build, in an infinite area, almost, right? Because I can build as wide as I want here. I just get up above the mountains or above the hills here, and then I could build straight up, right? I can just keep building until I'm, insanely overbuilt. And so forth. So we can crush that big time. So yeah, if you want to expand into an oil location, I have got one that's 2,000 away. Now I thought the better idea, and you can see my mega bridge right up there. I thought the better idea is just to raise up off the ground and run over the hills and just make a real long area. And so that's what I did. And it worked fantastically. It was a bit of some time to build that sucker though. If you want to invest the time into building a gigantic bridge, which I totally was down for. And it goes about 3,000 that direction to the oil. Now I found on this particular location it's actually easier to go to this oil. Oh, hold on. Fly around here. It's easier to go to this oil than it is to the one that's in the opposite direction, which is way down in a cavern, right? So I found here to the west was much easier. So you can see it's bringing down all my barrels of oil down here. Now what I was doing before was I was bringing all my barrels of oil and I had a bunch of my gas burners over there, right? My fuel generators over there, and I would just run it over here. And then I realized that that was a terrible idea because the better idea is to put all the power next to the fuel source. And that's what I did. And then, of course, I also did the math so that it worked out perfectly. And it will just perpetuate itself. Nothing I need to do, right? Just set it and forget it. That's what I like to do. And then I built a nice little train that goes over there. And you can see I have it on a single track. And it has like a little turnaround here. So it comes in, turns around, goes back the other way. And it drops off all these barrels, right? And if it has a backlog, which it does, has a lot of backlog here, and it's just bringing in barrels like nobody's business, right? And way at the end, 3,000 in that direction, is a whole power plant full of stuff. Now, we can get on our train and drive out there, but you get the general idea. One of my favorite things also is riding the conveyor. Woo! Watch this as I catch some serious air. It's going to catapult me across the whole thing. Ready? Woo! That's a lot of fun. It really does catapult you a long way. And if you got the jetpack, you can just tap, tap, tap. And then stick the landing. Perfect. There you go. There you go. All right, so we want to pipe this in here. Now, we're making way more than 120 per minute, that's for sure. And again, if we use our spreadsheet, which I'm not really showing you guys tonight. I'm just using it off to the side here. We can go ahead and tell it, okay, what do we got here? We got 90 times 4, right? And we can start doing some times. So we're going to put 90, put 4 in there, and then do a bunch of other stuff. Now, if you actually did want to see what I'm doing here, you can check it out through my settlement overseer that my mods will throw in the chat. All right, so that's 360. So 360 divided by 120 is what? Let's find out. That divided by this is incorrect. Why is this percentage? I don't want that to be percentage. It's 1.20. Now I want it to be 120. There we go. 3 exactly. Wow, it's going to be 3 exactly. 3 of these exactly we can run out from just these 4 right here. Right? So that's awesome. Let's do that. Now I'm going to go ahead and expand a bit here. We're going to rearrange our copper ore here in just a bit. Well, let's expand some more. This is what's nice about having lots of concrete. This is why I make tons and tons of concrete in the very beginning. And we're going to boost it here in a second as well. Really make a lot of concrete. And you can just keep, when you get to this point, you just want to, while you're waiting for it to do a whole bunch of stuff, you want to just keep expanding and expanding your base. Because it can get really, really long wait times on some of this stuff. Right, so I'm actually going to take this out temporarily. There we go, so we can keep on expanding this. Oh, we got to go get that concrete. Speaking of. Stuff on the ground there. Well, let's go get some more concrete. Should be plenty. Actually, let's go this way. Should be plenty of it now. So there's a backlog of it. Boom. Nice. We don't have enough room for it. Where's our boxes? Over here. I have a tendency to just throw all this extra stuff in just random boxes, and then like forget about it. All right, look at all the stuff we just got laying around. I really feel like I should centralize this in the future playthroughs. Centralize where all the kind of random stuff that I'm not really using right that moment is all in that center area. I feel like that would be a good use for that. I'm just going to take all that excess and run back this way, and we're going to really build some stuff today. Really build it. He's got a screw factory. I totally screwed up in the brain with my screw factory. Let's do it. Whoop. A little lag drop there. Okie dokie. Now we're going to need some more boxes in our construction area. Store all that stuff. Store all this. And take out what we need. We need the concrete. Sort that. Let's take this out. A little bit of everything here. Don't need that. Take this. We need to get more wire, I have a feeling. Take these to boost that. A little bit of rotors. I don't really feel like we need any of that other stuff. Take a couple of these, some of this, some of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All of this. All of... Come on. Gotta give it a second. There we go. All that, all this. Alright. So, let's go pick up this stuff too. I can't stand it when that stuff drops on the ground. It drives me crazy. Drives me to the crazy farm. See, now this would be a great time to have a storage over here. So when you're like revamping this area, all of that back ore would still already be here. So I kind of feel like I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, add a storage container. That's just going to be kind of a backlog in case I do this again, start rearranging stuff. And then literally just run it out of there at its maximum speed. Let's see, what's it running right now? I don't know. Let's just run it at 120 and see what happens. Actually, let's run it from up here. There we go. You're like, Kismet, you're going to have nothing but plates the whole entire planet. Yep. Whole entire planet's going to be covered at some point. I'm going to cover the whole thing up. Alright, that should be good enough. Alright, so now we can do 3 of these. We should do our ore first. Let's put 3 of these down first, then we'll do the ore. Assemblers. So we're going to really get it going on some iron plate. I'm always forgetting some wire. I knew I was going to have to get some wire. Let's go. I got a little smidge of it over here. Little teeny bit. Little tiny smidge of wire over here. Look at this. This is 6 of these stacked up on top of each other. Filled with that. I know, it's crazy. Because while you're off doing something else, it's over here just producing crazy tons of this stuff. Which is good, because you want to have a good backlog of it. Wire over this way. Oh. Oh my gosh! We ran out of wire! What? I don't think I've ever run out of wire before. Awesome! Good, use up that extra wire. Use that sucker up. Wow. 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 I've never run out of wire before. That's crazy. Awesome. Awesome. Use it up. Alright, well, I know where some more wire is. We can go grab. Out of fuel. Grab some of that while we're over here, too. Do you ever play Factorio on stream? Nope, never played Factorio. It is on my list of playing games to play, but I have not played it yet. That's none of the stuff that we need right there. Again, look at all these extra resources laying around. Oh man, I should be whenever I see these resources, I think, man, I should be better utilizing these resources. But eventually I'll get to a point where I can just burn up extra resources, right? Where I can just create entire lines of stuff that just say, okay, burn those resources up, so I don't have stacks of it laying around. Oh, there it is. But sometimes it's good to have stacks of it laying around because I need to use it right now to build on to the rest of my factory. So I'll have separate containers that are just for me to grab, right? Just for me to grab stuff out of there. Look at this. I got so many computers in there, it's backlogged. Awesome. Awesome. And I know I'm going to need that later, I'm sure. Alright, let's make some more of these suckers. Now, the funny irony is I need the plates that I'm going to make in here from this thing. Which is pretty funny. Alright, so now we got these going. And again, these are going to come out at 90 per. And eventually it's going to be all of these here. But we're going to go ahead again. I love to kind of create a cache point of a storage in between. So we're going to go ahead and just do that. And I feel like what we're going to do is just create a merger. And we could make this all line up or whatnot, but I feel like I'm getting very close to starting over. Very close to just doing it again from scratch. So it's coming out at 90, so it has to be at least 120. Oh, turned it the wrong direction. It has to be 120 to go at the speed that we need. So let's make sure that we're doing these belts right. I'm always watching the name of the belt. And that's coming in there at 120. This is also turned incorrect. It's not working. Best thing to do, just take it out and put it in again. Oh, so feisty today. Feisty. Alright, so going in at 90, 90, 180, so now we need to go 270. Raise that up a little bit, just to make it easier to turn it around. Get this backwards again. Oh, that one's going in. Need a little feisty. Sometimes it's a little feisty, right? Like, that should go in there. Encroaching another's clearance. Floor is too steep as well. Let's offset this a little bit. Let's try to go double, maybe triple. Let's really be crazy. I seriously doubt we're going to get the triple. Nope, no double. We can't get a single. Alright. Do a little conveyor magic. I feel like the highest we need to go is here. Weird directions to go. I think I moved it over a little bit. My bad. My bad. I moved it a little bit to the right. I should have been watching it from this direction. Way over here. I feel like that should work. I feel like that should definitely work. Does not want to go in there. Fine. Fine. How'd you go? Move forward a little bit. Then I can just take all this back out again. Take all that hard work of trying to make stuff work. And this game gives you a lot of freedom to fail, right? Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to try stuff. In games, I always do a lot of stuff, and some things you succeed, something you're like, oh, well, that's not the best way of doing that, right? And then you try it a different way. I find that super awesome. But now that I move that forward, I can just go ahead and just run that one down in here. Why is it not going? Oh, it was coming out of the wrong one. That's why I turned that one wrong too. That's why. All right, now I got it. So there we go. We had a problem there too. We had to solve. All right, there we go. Coming out at 270. Oh, that one's not. Oh, neither is these. All right, hold on. We got to speed that up. Let's go ahead and run that 270. And again, this is 9180. So that's got to come out at 270. Boom. All right, there we go. There we go. No power. Helps if I connect my power lines together. Alright, should be firing screws out of there like nobody's business. So same thing here. We're going to go ahead and start creating... what was I doing with this one? So we got screws... Oh, actually, these are not constructors. Hold on. These are supposed to be assemblers. I don't know why I did constructors there. Assemblers, we got one. And, oh, we need more rotors. I swear that I have to run back for stuff just constantly while I'm building. Let's see if we happen to have left some over here on this side. Look at all this loot just laying around. Nope. Let's go get some more. Do you ever play Factory on stream? I think you would like it. Yeah, a lot of people come in whenever I'm playing this game. It reminds me of Stardew Valley, by the way. When I'm playing Stardew Valley, everybody comes in and says, Kismet, you got to try My Time at Porta, right? And I'm like, okay. So then I tried My Time at Porta, but every time I'm playing Stardew, someone always says My Time at Porta, and every time I'm playing Satisfactory, someone comes in and says Factory. And I'm like, yeah, it's on my list. I will get. I've only got so many minutes in the day. I've only got so many minutes, but I would love to just sit and play all of these different games if I had the time. But I just try as best I can. Let's see. I forgot what I was coming over here for now. Let's just go ahead and tell it to make some assemblers, and then I'll figure it out. Let's say 3 more. Rotors is what I was coming over here for. I'm sure I've got a ton of those laying around somewhere. Either that or we got to get our manufacturing. Oh, there they are right there. Let's take a bunch of those so we don't have to run back for those in 2 minutes. I feel like, again, every time you go to build on, that you need to bring like a few boxes of everything, right? A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and just have it in that particular spot, wherever you're doing, right? And just bring like a box of this and a box of that and a box of that and a box of that, and then set it all down in a row, like along the edge here, and then just build out this whole entire side. And anytime you need anything, it's only right here. You don't have to run all the way back to where your hub is. And I feel like in the future, I'll put my hub down and I'll build the entire rest of it around it, right? Like right here would have been a great place to put the hub because it is kind of near all of the stuff that I'm building. And then I could build a whole bunch of containers around it that would just pipe in a little bit of everything from everywhere. And then I could start building up above for the other things or whatever I wanted to do. Or you don't even need to. You could start with this and then build it up high enough to where it's over the top of everything within a certain amount of distance, right? Like I would build it higher than that, maybe not higher than this, and then maybe higher than that one over there, say right about here. So maybe that level right there. If I built it at that level and put everything up on that level, I could have everything at one level. If I wanted to, I could just build out as far as I want that way, as far as I want the other way, and just run the ore up, and then just have it go to a container, and then, you know, just backlog a whole bunch of resources and be fine. Be just fine. All right, let's build some more. Let's build it. Assemblers. We're going to build 3 of them. And boom. Bing, bada, boom, bada, bing, bada, boom. All right, we'll run these ones on the ground. And we're going to need a splitter. There's something weird when I put that splitter down. I got it backwards. Like, okay, wait a minute. That's not right. I appreciate you guys, by the way, letting me make mistakes in the chat. Instead of saying, Kismet, you got it backwards, or Kismet do this, or Kismet do that. I appreciate you guys. Just go and let him make his own mistakes. We'll be here for the ride. That's what I like about my stream. I like to just come in, do stuff, make mistakes. You know, in life, it's okay to make mistakes. Some people feel like at some point in your life, or some people start making fun of you if you make mistakes or whatever, feel like you can't make mistakes. Of course you can. It's your life. You can do whatever the heck you want. You answer to no one. If you make a mistake, you go, oh, okay, I learned from that. And move on, right? Just like you did when you were a baby, right? When you start walking, boom, down on your face. And you're like, I'm going to try that again. Boom, down on your face. Until you learn to stay up and probably hold on to stuff. And then when you could let go and start walking, everybody's done that, by the way. If everybody in the world says, hey, Kismet, I've never made any mistakes. Wrong. Wrong. There was somebody on this earth that helped you survive your infant years, because everybody is helpless as an infant. Everybody who's ever lived, everybody who's living now, and every human until we're replaced with robots. So there you go. In the future. So don't let nobody tell you that you can't make mistakes. I say, yeah, whatever. You don't tell me to do nothing. I am answer to no one. Answer to nobody. All right, so we got 60 here. We need 20, 20, and 20. So 20, 20, 20, that's going to be 60 perfectly. So let's go ahead and just do 60 out of here. And we somehow screwed this up yet again. Splitter. putting the thing on the wrong side. There we go. And then this into there. Into this. Put it here. And that one's going to be a problem. Alright, that one's going to be a problem right there. We'll deal with it. Okay, now I'm going to totally be a slacker. Right? I'm not even going to build the whole iron plate thing. Forget that. And you're like, well, wait a minute, Kismet. You need iron plates. How are you going to get your iron plates in there? Well, I literally have 6 boxes full of iron plates over there that ain't doing diddly squat. And of course, I'll have to turn my iron plate thing back on again eventually. But right now, we got to get these iron plates from here into all of this. So we're going to go ahead and, let's see, we can put it... where to put it, where to put it. I'm feeling right there. All right, now let's go ahead and try this. Let's go ahead and run it from up here. And we'll run it across here. There we go. And then we're just going to do our splitter right along the thing. If it's going to let us. Let's say right here, because we're crazy. But it's going to go in that direction. Not liking that. Not liking it. Yeah, so no matter what I do, it's going to go that way. All right, whatever. We'll just willy-nilly it here. We're going to do a little willy-nilly. All right, so this one's going to go that way. Or no, maybe we should do this one this way. Let's do this one. Into there. Ah, I didn't think it was going to go. I knew that one was going to be a problem. Let's take this one out. Yeah, it's going to be too steep for that one, too. All right, we'll get her going. Let's just go this way. Then we'll do a splitter. Yeah, see, it's going to still have an issue no matter where we put that. No matter where that goes, it's going to have trouble. Yeah, and I loved experiment. One of the fun things about this game is you can experiment to your heart's content. I feel like this one should come in. Oh, too close. Too close to that one. Into there. Alright, so we got that one into there. We got to get one into here and one over to there. Yeah, it didn't actually hit the belt. I can always tell. It's not hitting the belt. At first, you would think it would just automatically snap to the belt. Yeah, it's not going to happen. All right, I got another idea. Let's do this. Let's do this one first. So let's take this out. Let's do. See, I always feel like at some point I've got this stuff too close. Right? I got it too close, and simply we could just move it out further, and then we'd have more room to run the stuff. Right? More room to run all the stuff into here. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to move it out a little bit more. And that'll give us some more room for all of our stuff to run there. There we go. A little bit more breathing room. So, let's see, we're running out the screws. So we'll do. I feel like we want to bring screws up. we'll run this screw into this side. And then we'll split there. You run that screw into there. And then we have a problem with this one. Alright, so that's all messed up. Trying to run that one into there. We could split it again. I feel like I'm making this too complex. Splitter again. Let me make my own mistakes, everybody. I know you're like, Kismet, just do this. Okay, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. We'll get it figured out. Alright, let's just do what we were doing before. One here. One there. One there. This is gonna block. Oh, that's what we're doing. We're doing it too close. Too close. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it way too close. Let's move it away. There we go. There it is. Alright, now watch this as we make this a lot easier. As we take a splitter, we're going to stick it right here on the top. And then we're going to run this. I'll run it from up here. But yeah, I get myself there. I just take the journey, right? So there we go. Very, very nice and easy. Just got to move it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and put some power in here. Try to find wherever we put our random power way over there. Again, I would beautify this base and not have it all running willy-nilly like this eventually. But again, I feel like we're going to do another setup on this eventually. Okay, those are all plugged in. This again is going to create plates. Make sure we got them all on plates. Oops. All on plates. That's not a plate. That's plates. And iron plates. Okay, now we need a whole bunch of stuff. So the fastest way to do that is to take all the stuff off of us. At least I feel it's the fastest way. And just literally run right over here where we have 3 boxes of plates and get this fired up. Could have built a vehicle down here. I could just run back and forth. Oh, you know what we could do? I wonder if it's using these plates up. Oh, it's starting to. Starting to use those plates up there. We're going to have to re-put this back in the line. Let's go ahead and take this out now. At least it was being useful while we were doing other stuff. There we go. And switch these back to plates first. Gotta think this stuff out or it'll screw up stuff down the road. Because it's still using plates up there. It's just not using a whole lot of them. Alright, so there's our plates. Let me go ahead and run this out of here again. And we pick up all the bars. Until we just see plates. Now a faster way to do this, by the way, is to actually go to the thing and just take them right out of there. Right? Otherwise, it's got to channel 94 of them out of there. And you want to just get them off the conveyor. Now, you can also just take up the conveyor and redo it. But I would rather not. I would rather just leave all of my system I have now. Let it channel out what little iron bars is left. and go from there. Feel like it's not that hard to take these out until you just see plates. There we go. Alright, now we're all back to plates. We'll look on the conveyor just to double check. Yep, looks good. Take these back out. Like this. And merge that back together. Alright. Very nice. Alright, we got all that going. Now we're going to go up to the middle one here. We're going to hit take all. And that's going to do it. Now again, I have 3 more boxes on top of those 3 boxes that are using those iron plates. So they're really not being used fast enough. Some of the screws are the same way. They're not being used fast enough because I literally need a ton of these larger assemblers to make it work. So we're just going to take these, control drag, boom, put them all in there like that. And it's off and running. Go ahead and store the rest of this. And we'll just fill that entire box full of those. Now we could siphon off some of these and run them over that way as well. If we want to, but I feel like just grabbing a bunch of them and put it in there. It'll take it quite a while before it burns through all of that. Right there. And then take all here. It'll have plenty. Plenty for it to do it. Hey, Foggy the Frog, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Pog. So a little offline construction here because we have so much of this. Now, another smart idea is to actually, if you have a lot of extra resources, is to go in and just put those extra resources next to this one or make a whole separate box which feeds into that one, right? So we'll go ahead and make another one over here. If I had the thing. Oh, I forgot to take it out of the box. We'll build a second one. We need this, and we need dish. I never trust it when I'm lining stuff up, because sometimes it's lining up to something else. So I always look to see that the green is overlapping the orange, and then you got an idea that it is going right there. Now for this one, I really want it to be going 480. So every time it empties over here, it'll have a whole lot more back here, and it's just going to go in there. See? And I can just keep feeding it, so it'll go between these as fast as it possibly can before it'll ever use it up, because it's only doing a transfer. It's not really working on a balance issue. So let's go get some more and use it up. And again, we could automate all this. We could run, conveyors and do all of that. But again, I have such a big backlog from all the building I've done in the past that literally we have a ton of. I think we got more over here too. Yeah, let's take all of that. We have a ton of this. Now we can take this out. We have a ton of it here, a ton of it up there, a ton of it on this top one. Let's just take all of that. And then this one here is actually feeding across into this one and then going 3 more up there as well. All right, that's a lot. That's a lot of just stuff just sitting there doing nothing. So we want to burn all of that. We don't, I mean, it's working 100% efficiently right now when it comes to plates, right? So we got all this extra resources, so we could build a whole nother line that does plates, or we could burn all this excess resources first. Oops, I was lucky on that one. I ran out of fuel. A whole nother line. Oh, watch out for that. I screwed that up. A whole nother line that could take care of that. Right, that could just burn up all of those resources separately, and then we have a reduction in resources, and if we do need to build on, we can. But we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So, all right, there we go. We're making those. And again, those are coming out at 5 per minute. So we'll be just fine on those. And again, industrial storage. How are we looking on time? Looking good. And then we'll just go ahead and feed those right into here, and we're going to go ahead and just merge. I usually do it in the middle one because it's just easier to run the lines if you merge off the little middle one. And this could just be basic belts. It's too close to get. Yeah, we'll get it in there. Alright, there we go. So that's going to run those all in there, and it's going to just keep going. Now, right now, look at this. For some reason, the screws are a bit low. Right here. But we're going to do the same thing. Even though we're producing, we should be producing the exact right amount. And there should be plenty of it in here. For some reason, these screws are not feeding in there fast enough. So we're just going to go ahead. Oh, instead of taking that out, we can just upgrade it. Oh, I don't have... Oh, I put my plates away. And again, this is a whole lot of extra resources that I built before. So if it's not feeding in fast enough, then your main feeder belt should be going a bit faster, so it's splitting more quicker, which then get over here. Now, another thing you can do is kind of pre-feed everything so it doesn't stop, right? Look at how many we got in here backlog from we were building while we were doing this, right? So you can just go in here and do a little pre-feeding, where you take this and you put it in here and then it never runs out, right? While it's trying to catch up from back there. Same thing over here, while it's trying to catch up. Now you should only have to do this once, and eventually this one's still doing fine. You should only have to do that once, and then it should feed just fine. Nothing you should do. Now the same thing with your plates. You could go in and pre-feed. That is 74. This one has 74. And this one over here is 74. So it's got more than enough. Now it's just going to crank those babies out as fast as it possibly can. Right? At 5 per minute. It's just going to keep cranking them out and cranking them out and cranking them out. Now this is just section 1 out of 4. Section 1 of 4. So we're going to do the same thing we just did. But we're going to do it 3 more times. And we're going to produce these plates like there's nobody's business. And then what we need to do after we're done doing the plates here is we do need it to go on to making other stuff. And that is our frames, right? So, and then we got to look at our frames, right? If we're going to make our modular frames, we need reinforced iron plates, and we need 6 iron rods. So we need the iron rods again, right? Right now, we're running this over here to make more iron rods, and then that'll be its own iron rod line. And then we can also make some more iron rods here, or we can make more screws there. Whatever we want to do, or more reinforced iron plates. And I feel like there's certain ones that are the worst spots. And one of those spots is the the reinforced iron plate. That's one. Then you get the modular frame. That's another one. And then the heavy modular frame. Those are 3 points in which you hit that kind of like, oh man, my production's slowing down. It's really not coming out of there very fast. Not like screws or not like your plates and all your other stuff that we were working on before. That's the point in which it starts getting really slow. So you really want to ramp it up. Ramp it up so you can do stuff like we're doing right now at a pretty high level. Pretty large level. Gearing that up. Now the funny irony of this is I've only done half the size, right? I've only done just this one thing coming out of here. Now I could, not only is it going to be 4 times the size it is now, or really three more sections like it is now, but then I could build that entire thing again off the other one on the other side. So you should be visualizing that in your head saying, oh man, I can build some crazy stuff. Take that craft bench out of there. And let's just take all of this and move it over here. So we're kind of done over here on this side. So I hate going into the empty boxes, so I take them out when I'm done using them. There we go. All right. And the same thing with this, man. I got so much of this extra ore now, too. I could get that going as well. All right, so there is line number 1. Let's go ahead and do line number 2 out here. Did I grab my concrete? I don't think I did. Nope. It's got a bunch of plates on me. Let's go over here. if by some miracle we run out over here, we'll have plenty more to put in later on. And over here, same thing. That one doesn't have anything. This one doesn't have anything. There we go. All right, starting to use them up. Cool. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. I didn't just run that down the line. If it runs that other stuff down the line, then it's going to stop. No, I didn't. All right, cool. It's going to get in there and say, hey, this is not the resource that I need. This is not the resources I'm looking for. Boom. Very nice. Okay, let's keep that going. Let's keep some plates for us. Let's go ahead and grab a whole bunch of these resources back again, so I don't have to keep going back in these boxes 50,000 times. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, we got to fix this line over here too. And we're going to turn it like that. And then, let's see, what's this one coming out as? And this is the same thing here. Look, this one's not even boosted. It's at 120. I find that 120 is way more than enough. Way more than enough conveyor, but I'm going to go ahead and just turn it. Come out. And there we go. So our whole stuff down here has actually stopped when it's come to all the stuff that it's doing over here, all the copper stuff. But that's okay. I got a huge backlog of that, except for wire. Apparently, I burned a lot of that wire, which is good. I want to burn all that wire up. And now what it will do is it'll go ahead and start feeding that into there, and then I'll start feeding out, and it will start going back to what it was doing before. And again, you're going to be interrupting your production all the time. So I feel like if you have the start of your production, that I'm going to start putting these things here in case I'm reworking the back of it or whatever, so it can continue to run without disturbing the entrance of it. Now, sometimes what happens, you get a bunch of extra resources in there, though, but that's okay. At least you have like a backup of it, just in case. All right, how are we looking on these plates? All right, we're doing good. Doing good. That out for a second. Bring that power pole up. Wasn't from there. Nope, nope. Right there. There we go. And back to our... Look how much extra it still has. Still running it out before I even turned it back on. Alright, let's keep filling in this area. Again, we could have brought this all up onto the next level and then we wouldn't be running into anything down here. That's okay. We'll get it going at some point. And our whole goal here is to make a lot of modular frames. That's our primary goal. Alright, so we got that going. Now we have to make basically the same thing again. All of this, but up here on this next level. Kind of feel like we're going to run it down and then run it in the opposite direction. So let's look at what we got here, right? We got 4 across, 4 constructors, and then 4 constructors again. Then it goes to a box, and then it goes to 3 of those. So now we kind of know what we need, right? Because basically, we're already running one of these lines into these 4, right? So one line's coming out going into these 4. If we run the other line out, we know we're going to get the same result as we got there. So now we know we just go ahead and run this. Now this is currently running at a standard 60. So we'll go ahead and go back to 60. And we'll just run it all the way down to here. And then we're just going to build it again here on the top level. Should be fairly easy. We should have enough resources. Sources. Again, if we're going to run that, let's make sure that we give ourselves some room. Let's say here. Now I'm just going to go crazy here and just start building it all out ahead of time before I connect everything. We need to go a little bit further out here. There we go. So 4 constructors. Four more constructors. All right. Put those down, get it going. What milestone you at? I am just before the 7-8. I have not gotten to 7-8 yet, so please don't tell me anything beyond this point. I do prefer to discover it as I go, as everybody else got to do. Right? I don't like to just be, hey, Kismet, just do this and the other thing and this thing and that thing. I'm not a big fan of that. I like to discover it as I go. And then when I discover it, it's going to be awesome. Which one did I take out? I took it out of something. These are all being fed from here. Oh, this was connecting to this other power line, I bet. There we go. That was a connector line. All right. Probably use this over here on those 2. And I feel like we're going to want to chain this from this middle one. Let's just do this. And then we'll do this. Actually, we'll do this. Come on, buttons. There we go. We'll go ahead and feed this forward. Right there. Get those together. And there we go. All right. Okay, and we need to split and then split again. Down, split, and then double split. All right. Split and then split again. Power pole might be in the way. Let's see how it goes. Oh yeah. In the way. See what it's connecting to. It's connecting to that pole. And it's connecting across the way. There we go. Okay, so now we need to come up and we need to split in the middle. That's a merger. Maybe there was something weird about those arrows. Let's say there. Our power thing is in my way still. Curses, power. Out the way. What are we doing? 60. Come on. Like, stick it. I click it, but it doesn't go. And voila! We are off and running another one. And now we're going to just straight feed this one into that one. That one into there. Probably should get in the habit of always going in the direction that the stuff is going. But, do what we gotta do. Alright, now this first one should be making rods. We're making rods. And making rods. And this, we're making screws. 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 Screws, alright. And then the screws are coming out. Power poles are in the way again. In's away. Do that power. That's too close. Alright, dumb power poles. In the future, power poles. Power poles after you've already done all the stuff. Noted. Noted. Big time. Boom. One there. I was going to do building here, everybody. I'm not going to explain all the math of this for right now. Like I said yesterday, we did the math yesterday, and now we're doing the building today. Alright. Boom, and then another merger. So if you do have a question, feel free to ask in the chat. Be happy to answer you. Wow, love your new logo. Well, thank you, Woo. Yeah, it turned out awesome, didn't it? Yeah, it turned out fantastic. I'm very, very happy. I'm good. Moved the ants last night and no escapees this morning. They're discovering their huge nest, so actually pretty happy. There we go. Time to sit down. How's everyone? Doing awesome. Doing awesome, Specimen. Thanks for being here. We're ramping up our production here like crazy peeps. Like crazy peeps up in here. We're running our power and powering up all of our stuff. Got to run that over there. We've got to connect all this stuff back together. This one's going that way. So this one needs to power one of these. This one. These two need to connect. Bit connect. You guys remember that? Bit connect. Too funny. Too funny. I love those. Gotta love those funny, funny things. Alright, what are you doing over here? You're doing nothing because I didn't set you to screws. Oh, wait, you're not supposed to be doing screws. You're supposed to be doing iron rods. There we go. Iron rods. These are all churning out the iron rods. They are. Awesome. And then these should be churning out the screws. And those are doing so. Okay. Now look at this, we're going to run out of space, right? Now we can just keep on building out there. Out that way. So we're going to go ahead and just run this straight into an industrial storage, and we might as well just point it in the direction we need to go. Let's just literally put it right there. And then figure out the math here. Alright, so it's coming out. It's coming out at 90. So this needs to be a level 2 one. Oh, I can just upgrade it. This needs to be a level 2, so it's coming out at 120. 120. 120. 120. There we go. It's 80. 90 and 90 is 180, so now these ones got to be 270s. But I didn't bring my stuff. I didn't bring my stuff. Building a gigantic factory. Now we're really gearing up our factory in a pretty crazy way right now. So we gotta just keep this sucker going. There we go. So again, 90. It's coming out at 90, so you gotta have this at 120, this at 120. Then you're combining it at 90 and 180, so you gotta then do a 270. And this is coming out at 270. So that's going to be pretty fast. Let's crank that into there, and I probably did this backwards because it's not working, which is annoying. I constantly do that backwards, but whatever. So I feel like, wait a minute, if this is like this, then we need to go look at our other spot over there, because 90, 90. So these should be 2, 2. 2. I don't think I went back and did this over there. And this should be 3 and 3, Mark 3 and Mark 4. Alright, so I feel like I didn't do that over there, or maybe I did. I don't know. Let's go look. Let's go look. I seriously doubt I came back and I fixed it. No, I did there. Okay, that's a Mark 2. And this one here. Oh, man. That one I didn't. See, that's why that one's going slow. Alright, so that one needs to go to 2. And this one over here needs to go to 2. There we go. Now we're sexy. And then this can come out at 270 because we're putting 2 separate ones into the box. So these are Mark 3s and Mark 3s. There we go. Now that's why our screws over there were not feeding at full speed originally. Let's see how we're doing over here. Yeah, it does seem like it's diminishing. Something going on with these belts. These belts are too slow. That's my problem. That's my problem, and I'll cry if I want to. So those are coming in at 180 and 180, which we did the math up here for that. Scroll up and look for it. So 180 times 2 is 360. So it's got to come 360 out of here. So it's got to go, let's just go 480. And then as it goes this way, it needs to go at least 120. So we need to make sure this is a Mark II. 120 into there. Let's go back and double check, everybody, especially if it doesn't seem like it's working right. 120, 120. There we go. All right, that's going to have more than enough screws in there. In fact, it'll probably start backlogging with screws. And then we don't have to worry about it. Right now, iron plates supposed to be coming in at 20 per. Why did it stop doing iron plates? Because I screwed up. Oh yeah, see, look right there. Remember I said earlier, if you accidentally get something in there, you're screwed. It's very hard to pick that one up out of there. Right, there's a bar back there, so I just take the whole line out, and then run the line again. That should solve that problem. Like I did on one on each of these. I knew some of them slipped by. I didn't see it before it was gone. Little sneaky little buggers. Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. Who do I turn to? Alright, get them plates in there. Get them plates and stop slowing down my production. Some more plates in there. So much plates in there. So this should be feeding at a proper rate, but you know what? Don't be slowing down again. Don't be slowing down. I don't need no slowy slow here. Again, I really, when you're waiting for stuff to catch up, I really like this pre-feed thing where you just kind of pre-feed it to so it's running while it's trying to catch up at the same time. Very, very good way of doing that. Let's max it all out. And now you can see the screws are going up. It should be going up by 24 per. And again, these are coming in at 120 each, perfectly being fed. So eventually this is going to reach 100% efficiency. Right now it's at 99%. So it'll just keep running perfectly now. There we go. So we got that balanced. And the same thing over here, right? So we got this coming in on a 60 here, which is then being split into a 30-30 and then split into a 15-15. And everything is great with the world. Then this is going in here at 15 from that one, output 15, input 15, output 90. So the 90 needs to be at least a 2, right? So 90, 90, 90 needs to be the Mark IIs. And then you combine them together, and then it's going to be 90, 90, 180. So now we have to go to the level 3 belt, and that's going to go there. And then, of course, to get it all into here, we need to be at our Mark IV belt because we're running just one line in as opposed to running two separate 270s in. And that will make that super efficient. And there we go. That is what's known as a 100% efficient item. You're totally your element in this game. Oh, I totally am. This is my style. This is my style of game. I love doing this stuff. It is incredibly fun. Now, we've already done this before, so we already know what to do next, right? You build it once. Now you know what to do. And, of course, all that work yesterday helped us out a lot today. Right? Sometimes you got to put in the work, everybody. You got to put in the work some days, and then you come back the next time, and then you put in all the fun building and all of that stuff. Now, you don't have to do the math. You can willy-nilly it, but you'll find yourself running back to it, fixing it all the time. And that sucks, like what happened with our power. We kept having to fix it over and over and over again until we got to a point where, like, okay, that's enough of that. Oh, I should put 3 of these. Oh, not constructors. Assemblers. 1, 2, 3. 2 hours. Enjoy your daily dose of fresh air. Modular frames. We've got them. 7 out of 6. We've got them. We got them. All right, cool. We got all 3 of those. So again, we want to make sure that we're pumping this out of here properly. So let's get this going. 3 assemblers. And we're going to kind of do the same thing we did before. Try to line that like we want it to go kind of the one side, like that side. Line that up. Let's try that. Said I had enough, but it lied. It's a big fat liar. Alright. And let's make some more. See, the more production you do, the more production you can make, right? The more and more resources you're making, the more and more production you can make, the more and more resources. It's a cascading effect. It's a compounding effect. The more you make, the more you can make. The more you make more from there, the more it makes 2 times, 4 times, 16 times, 32 times, 64 times, 128 times, and so on. It starts to really compound very, very quickly if you've got that mastered down. Conveyor splitter. And we're going to put that right there. Actually, I should probably put it in a way where I could probably put another one there in a minute. So this is coming out of here. So we need to come out of here, and it needs to go into here at 120 per minute. So it needs to split 3 times into 120. So we're gonna have to do the same thing here. We're just gonna come out at 480. Oh, it's not gonna let us. Thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate that. Let's actually just put the splitter up here. Screw it. Put the splitter here a little bit. I can get it turned the right direction. We're kind of in the middle. There we go. And then bring this out. Boom. So that's going to come out at 480. We need to go in each of these at 120 on the screws. So we're going to go ahead and go to 120, which is Mark II. And let's put that in there. Actually, let's do this. Let's put this here. That there. Take this one out. Put the third one in. Over here. Like that, and then again we'll run at 120 into there. All right, looking good. Now what we need, of course, is we need now another splitter or another container. And we can do something a little tricky. We can put the container on top of this container and then run it down that way, which is kind of fun. Let's do that. So let's go ahead and put the other industrial container up here. Do we have enough? Oh, just not enough. All right, let's go get some more loot. And if we don't have any over here, we'll go grab some from where it's being produced. Where is it? Oh, it's on this side. Whew, look at all this machinery running. I haven't run out of power yet either. I was kind of expecting to run out of power. We'll see. Where did I put those? Over here. Alright, let's just pick all this stuff up and start to remove these now since we're moving forward. And we already got that. Alright, let's sort this. What do we not need? This. We don't need those on us right now. Sort that. And we need to make a container, so let's click that. We got all of it. There we go, yeah. We got enough to make another container. Whee! Alright, now see right now it's going to be waiting on that other container. So let's go ahead and build a second one. Make sure the output is on this side. I seriously doubt we're going to get that to go right there for the splitter, but we'll try. That is pretty steep. Steep. Yep, too steep. That's okay. Stack it up higher. See if we can get away with that. Go that way. Oh wait, I don't need that for the plates. That's too funny. So the plates are going to be coming out 20. Need to go in 20, so 20 times 3 is 60. So they only need to come out here at 60. No reason to waste our higher level resources. Too steep there. Oh, hold on. Hold on now. Can we get the 60 from here to here? No. Alright, then we might as well take this out and say forget this up here. Because that's going to mess up our easy split here. But you know, you try it, you see how it works out. Let's just make this easy on ourselves instead of incredibly difficult. Let's just do this. Nope. Let's try it this way. Yep. Nah, it's clipping. I don't like it clipping. It'll still work. I just don't like it. I don't like it doing it. Alright. That is the perfect spot for that, though. Let's have that one go the other way. We'll have it go the other way. Let's stick with that. We'll have this one. Might be too close again. Yeah, there we go. We'll do that one there. This one here. And that one way over there. Beautiful. And then into here. There we go. That works. It's not that beautiful, but it's good enough. Good enough for what we need. Alright, we need power. What we need over here. Let's run some power. Sneak a power pole in here somewhere. Yeah, just put it over there. No power there. Here's some right here. Alright, those are all powered up. What else? We got all that going in there. We need all that. So now we need some more of these plates over here. Again, this stuff just does not burn these plates fast enough. It burns it really, really slow. It's like a slow burn. So we got a whole thing full of plates there that is not doing us any good. Actually, let's do something smart this time. Let's do something smarter. And let's go over here where we're building at. And let's move our boxes in the direction we're going to be building. Store all of that. Oh, wish there was a way to have your fuel just in the thing and not in your inventory. Put it in your back. Can I put it in my backpack? That would be awesome. That would be awesome to put it here. So when I drop it in there, I don't accidentally leave my fuel behind. That would be a great addition. But that's okay. We'll deal with it for now. Alright, now there's a box of this stuff over here, so we can take that out. More stuff here. Take all that out. Take all this out. Yay. Alright. Taken care of. And let's be real careful when we're putting this in. Boop. There we go. Yay! Burning up all those extra plates. I like burning up extra resources that I'm not using that are just sitting around. It's fantastico. It's to the fan and to the tastico. Mods, we got about another 15, 30 minutes or so. Just a heads up. If you want to start looking for those raid targets. Look at that sweet, sweet manufacturing. Look at that. We just built all of that today. All of this. Now it's cranking into here. Now let's go look over here and see how it's doing. Right now, oh, 100% efficiency, everybody. And I haven't even messed with it, right? Didn't even mess with it. Look, it's going to hit 8 before that hits the end. Oh, right on the dot. 100% efficiency. Nice. Nice. All right, then we're going to make some more of these plates. And we're going to merge them back together over here. Let's grab all of our loots. Just keep running this off the side here. God, I hate it when I do that. I hate it when I build something way off in the middle. Just by accidentally hitting the mouse while I'm running. At the wrong second. Ooh, it's good to have lots of concrete. Alright, let's do some merging. Mergey merge. And to all of you who suffered with the math yesterday, you get the reward of all of the cool stuff today. All of the cool building that we're doing. Rewarded for being awesome. Oh, except for when I fail. That was a Kismet fail there. I keep doing that. I keep I'm looking at the input, but I'm not looking at the output. I rotated it one too many times. There we go. Dee 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 dee. Alright, coming out of 15. And we're gonna run it into our container. I'll literally just put it right next to it. Oh, or not. We can get our loot. Got everything but what I needed. You see that? Just trolling me. Trolling me. You little trolly troll. I just kind of feel like maybe we should go this way. Yeah, let's go this way. Plenty of room out this way. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead and run this into here. Let's actually tell it what this is doing. This is making reinforced iron plates. That's making them. That's making them. All right, cool. That's off and running. That's running into there. Let's see if one of these comes out. Man, that takes forever. It feels like it just takes forever. There it goes. It takes a really, really long time to make those. Okay. Now, here's the cool trick, right? And you're like, Kismet, did you think of this ahead of time? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. What we're going to do is go ahead and do a little bit of this action. We can find a good place. I don't know. It's going to be iffy at best, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, we didn't bring the poles. It's always something that I'm forgetting. Right here. 3 stacks of everything. Let's try this. Got a clearance problem. I know a great way to fix that. Notice this one I didn't build on the platforms. That's when I was in the, I don't want to build it on a platform stage. I want it to be legit on the ground. It's just a game. Darn it. Don't waste my resources under there. Alright. So we'll just go ahead and run it over here. This ought to take care of business. Let's get it up fairly high up. We want it to come out of here as fast as we possibly can, so we're going to do boom. Yeah. Feel like we're going to run out though, but we'll try. Yep, need more. Now the great thing is while I'm doing this, this whole factory is running, right? Look, 3 levels of factory running, doing a whole bunch of different stuff simultaneously, along with what I'm doing. Oh, fail. That was a fail. Failed jetpack. It's doing a whole bunch of stuff. So while I'm doing that over there, and I didn't even need to get up on this level, but now it was like a mission. This is all producing other resources that I'm going to need later on. So way over here on this side, where we were working on that concrete earlier, it's actually producing a bunch of stuff that I need right over here. So we're going to just kind of tool along a little bit here, and bam, look at all those in there. Boom, take all. We're good. So that's why I have this running over here. Now this back here is cranking out some steel beams at 10 per minute, which isn't very much because this over here needs it at 16 per minute. So you actually need it faster than this. I actually need 2 of them, which would be 20 per minute, but you get the idea. So it would be cranking those in there. So it's going a little bit slower, but that's okay. Now I can guarantee you over here we probably got a ton of concrete. Oh yeah. Looking good. Go ahead and jetpack our way up onto this upper level. And we can just run straight across. Again, you can probably just build it all on this one level and be just fine. Just build it in whatever direction you want to go into a huge, huge factory. And look at this. And this is only half of what we're going to build. Half of all of it. Pretty crazy. That's cranking away over here. That's putting them plates in. We're on 100% efficiency. Let's get over here. And let's just be crazy and run this baby at 480. Boom. Right there. As fast as we can run it. From that one into this one. So now we're combining both of those plate generations into one box, right? So up here, you can see it's just firing those suckers in there of whatever we've already created over here. So now we need to look at the speed at which we're producing, right? So we got 6 of these going. So they're producing at 5 per minute, right? So 5, 10, 15, and together that would be 30. So they're producing, because the other 3 on the other side, that would be 30. So it's basically producing these at 30 per minute. And we need to do a whole bunch of modular frames. So we're going to work a little bit on our modular frames because that's our big goal for tonight, is to be making a bunch of modular frames and then pumping them back into our system. So we're going to go ahead and just go a little bit forward here like this. And then we take the math of this, 30, right? We're producing 30 of them right now. We're going to get it going here. So producing 30 of those. Our modular frames comes in at 12, and it goes out at 24. So if we think about 30, that means that we could do 2 of them simultaneously, right? Because if you take 15 and 15 and just 30, or 12 and 12, which is 24, we'll just round it down. And so now we can basically use 2 of them. Now we can also just say, okay, well, you know what? We'll just go ahead and throw a little bit extra in there. But I think it's probably best, more efficient to do that. Then we have a bit of backlog of these plates that we're going to probably need. We're going to run out of eventually. So we have a little bit of a backlog of that. And that's okay. That's okay. So now what we need to do is we need to make some more assemblers. So we're going to make a couple of those babies right here. And this is going to be the easiest thing ever. Because we need to run screws in here, and we need to run iron rods, and we need to run reinforced iron plates. So we need to do that, but we're going to need to definitely bring this out a little bit more. And I'm out of concrete, of course, which I should have grabbed a bunch when I was over there. Let's hope we have some in here. Nope. All right. Now, also one of the drawbacks of making our fuel all the way on the other side is that if we need some fuel, we'll have to drive all the way over there to get it. Or I can just make my own fuel by grabbing the barrels over there. But I prefer the power to be way over there. It's much easier. So let's go over here and let's get some of this concrete. I knew I was going to need some. The second I saw it over there, I was like, man, I'm going to need this in a minute. I should probably grab some. But I didn't. And thus, I'm running back now. Take all. Sucker. Yeah, we'll leave a couple in there. We'll leave a couple. We out of here. Hey, what's up, Wolfric? We are building a mega expansion to our base. We did all the numbers yesterday, and now today we're crushing it. We're building it. We've already doubled up our size so far on all the stuff that we need over here. But we're going to need some more iron bars. We're going to need to get those going on as well. We're going to need to feed those suckers way over here. And we're going to expand it way out here in the corner. And eventually I'll run the rest of this here. But we're going to expand this like a show. Way out here. And then we can just very easily add these ones. And a little bit over here. We can even just fill the rest of this in. Quick and easy like. Alright, that's what's nice about having lots of concrete. And again, so now we need to do an assembler over here. Or 2 assemblers that are going to do our bidding. So we need to get our stuff again. Over here, and I feel like we'll just put this one. Oh, yeah, this one. Store all that extra there. Store all that extra there. And we'll take a couple of those. Get our fuel back. Take all of this. Take all of that. Alright. Nice. Back to our assembler. So we need 2 assemblers. Working their magic out here. We're going to need a little bit of room because we're going to need to run in our bars eventually. We'll just kind of put them off to the side here a little bit. Oh, and we need some modular frames, which is what we're trying to build over there. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, that's the thing that you typically run out of. It's whatever is right in front of that particular stage. But we want to make it do modular frames. And I feel like the modular frames are just a huge bottleneck. That you eventually got to gear up for. And that's what we're gearing up for right here. And we'll do our power later because we don't want to do that again. And we're going to go ahead and bring the splitter in this way. Just run it right there. And this needs to go in at 12 per. So we can just use our lowest level thing to bring this in. Like so. Oops, and this one's backwards. This one's backwards. There we go. And that into there, this into here. Awesome. All right, there's our plates running in there, looking sexy. Gonna run that there, gonna run this here, and then we're gonna run that somewhere. Whatever we can find, a nice power pole. It's hiding somewhere. Over here. Oh, it's all connected up. It's all connected up nicely. Well, let's just run it, say, over there. Then we're going to take this line out by hitting F. Took me a long time to figure that out, by the way, that you can actually take the lines out. I would think so. It'd be like Fallout 4, right, which you can take the lines out of there. What's up? Says, good morning, Kez. Nice to be able to watch you at home instead of work. When do you sleep? As it's mid-morning here in the UK. Really enjoy your streams, by the way. Well, thank you. Thank you. I sleep typically after the stream. I am up late. Right now, it is 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S. So it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. And you're like, well, Kismet, why do you stay up late? Because I have medical conditions, sleep apnea, and vertigo. So what I do is I sleep when I can. That is my condition, and I will have to live with that for the rest of my life. That is just the way it goes. And I've seen 11 different doctors and spent tens of thousands of dollars, believe me, trying every other thing. Sleep tests and CT scans and MRIs and all of that stuff. Believe me, it cost me an absolute fortune. I wish I could have all that money back because, you know what? The only thing it did was tell me what I have, but it didn't solve my problem. I solved my problem by taking better care of myself and finding solutions so I can get up and do what I want to do in life without being trapped in the bed. So here I am, playing games and having fun, and I can get around now and I can do stuff. When you reduce weight, it helps a lot with sleep apnea and vertigo. You don't feel so awkward when you're walking around. A lot easier to manage yourself, as I do. All right. What are we on? Iron rods. All right. So now, remember, we have 4 spokes of the wheel that we're doing here, right? These are the first 2 spokes. Now, another spoke of the wheel that we need, of course, is iron rods now to feed into here, right? And we need 24 per minute, right? And let's go look at our other iron rods over here and see how many each of them are producing. Over here. Boom. Right now it's producing 15. So basically we need all of this again, but just for iron rods. We don't need the second layer, right? We just need the first layer. We need 4 of them suckers running those iron rods right into there. Well, how convenient that we just happen to have a little thing coming out this way, and we could just build it right over here. Very, very, very convenient. All right, we're going to take all this out, though. I have a little bit more space here. We're just going to fill this in like this. Convenient. You're like, Kismet, did you have that all built out in your head? Yep. That's where I do most of my building. In my noggin. And this is how you know you're really addicted to this game, too. Is the fact that you're building these factories when you're not playing. I do it all the time. I'll be sitting there, and I'll be waiting for my kids, or I'll be eating or whatever, and I'm like, oh, man, I could have moved that over there, and I could have done this, and hold on, if I build this here, and I build that there, and I build it up on the other level, and I could... I'm doing that in my head. I've played this game more in my head than I have actually in real life time. But that's part of the fun, isn't it? It's part of the fun is doing that kind of stuff. So, all right, so we're going to need 4 more constructors. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit them all in a row here, but we're going to try. We're going to try very, very hard. Whoop. Stay up here. There we go. So 1, 2. Oh, that's a win. That's a win right there. We got that. Got that locked in. Can we get by there? Woo! We can get out there and we can run it out the other side. Whoa, that was lucky. That was lucky. I could say that was skill, but that was more luck than skill right there. All right, so then all we got to do is just, do what we were doing before, right? Splitter, splitter, and we're good. So let's turn it this way so we can split there. And then same thing on this next one over here. Now, we can do it in the middle. I actually kind of like the middle a little bit better. I don't know, just aesthetically, it's better if you do it in the middle. Now, in theory, if you put it in the middle, then it's perfectly going at the same speed on both sides. It's coming in at the same speed, it's going out at the same speed, and so on. The same thing when you split it here. In theory, that's how it works, but really, I don't think so. I don't think you have to be that crazy about it, but hey, if you want perfect symmetry, then I suggest go for it. Go for it. All right, so coming out of here, what do we need? We need we gotta do a little bit of math here, and I'm trying to do all the math for you guys. Iron rods. All right, so it's got to come in at 15. So we need it to come out at 60 and be split into 15 little segments. Well, not 15 segments. 4 segments of 15 iron rods feeding in here. And that's what we've got set up right here. That'll be easy mode. So it's just got to come over out of here at 60. So this is coming out at 120. We don't need that to come out at 120 right now. Or maybe we do. What's this coming out at? That's coming out at 270. I forgot what this was going in at. I forgot. We're doing 8 of these. So this is coming out at 240. So that's going 240 there. This is 240 here, which is breaking 240 into 120 and 120. We don't really need a 240 there. Well, that's a 120 here. This is a, oh, that's got to be broken again. Yeah, because that's being broke into 120 here, and then that's being broke twice into 60 and 60. See right here, 60, 60, and then split over there. 240, 120. Yeah, 120 going that way. And that's going 60, 60. And then the 60 is being split up into 30, 30, and then 30 is going 15, 15. There we go. Told you I was going to be doing some math, but this time we're not using the spreadsheet. All right, so this has got to come out of here at 120. That's what I need to know. And I know I have to actually split it before I get it up there. Right? I got to split it beforehand so that I can run it to the 4th part of the factory that we will do not tonight. So we'll just put a splitter in there so we remember in our head that we need to run this out of here later on. And we can just do this with a 60. That we'll need to come back and work with that later. But right now we're going to run this up here. Approaching another's clearance. Oh, that's because there's a one already in there. Some sort of awkward thing going on there. Take that out. Again, this is 120. Going from there into there. There we go. And then this is coming out 60. Coming out 60. What is the deal here, bro? With your little weirdness. Alright, that's it. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. Sometimes it gets awkward. It's not actually on that thing. There's like stuff in the way. So if you see something like that happening where it just doesn't seem like it's working, take it all out and just redo it. You won't regret that. You'll regret leaving it. That you'll regret for sure. All right, 120 into here. There we go. And 60. Yay! All right, it's working. And wee, jumpy jump. And 60 again. Yay! And then we're gonna go up a this away. Is that clipping? No clipping. No. 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 And more no. No clipping. I play on a pure no-clipping stance. Bam! Like bam! Alright, let's do some more bam. Bam, bam. Look at these skills. Look at this speed. Look at this perfectly 100% efficient line we just did there. And lickety-split like that. Like bam, bam. I feel like we're going to run out of power. I feel like it's coming, everybody. The power tsunami fail is about to hit. We got some line over here. I got no fuel for my jetpack. I guess I could go make some, but that would be too easy. Alright, let's feed this back. Actually, we got any power over here we can just schnagola from? I'm always looking for these power lines. And I usually got them full. But sometimes I don't. Over there. Nope. Right here. Nope. Oh, well. I should have just brought it from that side. Should have just brought it from over there. Should have went with my first instinct. Should have bring it back. No. Bring it back from over there. Run it to here. A player in the way. I'm in the way. It wasn't working because I was in the way. That's too funny. Alright. There. And then. And then here. And we'll tell it what to do. Oh, that's already doing iron rods. Iron rods. Oh, it's already off and running. Alright, so that's going to produce 50. So that's 30 iron rods there. So 2 of these is going to be more than enough for 1 of those. And that's what we're going to do. And of course, I like to make it super easy on myself by recombining it into a storage. So it's just less lines to run, less stuff you have to do. Right, we'll try to line this up nicely like that. So again, these are going to be coming out of 15. So this is not very difficult to recombine at all. Right over here. Make sure we got it aiming out at the right direction. I know, I'm kind of getting partial to putting it in the center. Right, and the reason why is it's just so easy to just do this. Right, it's just so easy to like boom, boom, boom. In a kind of a semicircle there. And then remerge it again in the center. I actually should have put this one the other way. Yeah, it's okay. We'll just go with that. We'll go with that. It'll be fine. We'll just kind of look at where the thing is. The idea of which way we want it to go. That one into there. That one into there. And, oh, we're out of plates again, everybody. I find that the most hilarious thing. I got so much plates. So many plates. I don't have enough ways of getting rid of the plates. I have so many plates. Alright, that into there. And now we're ready to go. We're ready to get our things in. Mission accomplished, everybody. We crushed it. Let's do it. Let's bring it in from the back here. There we go. And again, these need to come in at what speed? They need to come in at 12 per. They're going to be coming in at like 30. Because again, 15, 15, that's 30. Oh wait, no, that's not plates. It's we need iron rods. They're going to be coming in at 30, and they should be coming in at 24. They're going to be coming in at 30, so no problem there. No problemo. So again, use our cheapest belt, and actually let's do it from up top here. Oh, it's supposed to go around the back. That's right. We're going around the back of it. This way. Then that is too steep, really. Okay. Okay, that's the way you want to play it. We'll play it that way. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. We'll be fine. Right. We can play that game. We can play that whole, you know, it's not doing what it should be doing kind of thing. And bam. Right there. Now, doing it this way is a little bit more funky, right? Because you're not perfectly splitting it on the same one. You're kind of splitting it up here. But it'll eventually work itself out. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Now, what we can do also, boom, let's get this thing powered up. Let's go ahead and just drop some rods in there. Oh, wrong button. Modular frame. Just help it along a little bit with what we've got on us. Split this in half. We want this to just be cranking non-stop. That already is. Like it's already got 100 in there. That's scary. Let's take those out. Cut those in half. It's too many. Too many in there. All right, there we go. Let's let that rock and roll. That's going to do its thing. And it's got enough rods in there. It's going to go. That should feed. Yep. And now it's making tons and tons of modular frames. Now, again, I had 3 boxes of these modular frames. I'm a duck. What should I do? Fly south for the winter. That's what I'd do. Whenever it's cold, I would fly the heck out of there. I would say, forget this cold stuff, bro. I'm going where it's warm. If I had the means, I would be doing that right now. But it's actually fairly warm here in Tennessee. I'm from California, where it basically the coldest it rarely gets is about 50. But I would much rather be in Hawaii, where it's never been below 55 degrees. And since they've been keeping records there, it's never been below 55. I know some of you are up north in crazy places around the world, and you're like, really? I need to go there. I need to go wherever that is, where it never gets colder than 55. Which I'm down for that too. But right now, rocking it here in Tennessee with my family is let them grow up, and I'll go off and do my other crazy stuff in life. All right, now we need to get all of this recombined because it's coming out at a very slow speed of 4 per minute, which is going to be about 8. We need to get it channeled all the way back up to the top of our base up there so that it has enough to keep that going. So if we look at this is coming out at 8. So I feel like what we're going to do is just, for now, so we can just keep doing the production, we're just going to put this right here and run this in there and be completely lazy. Well, if it lets us. Lazy. What? Come on now. I feel like you can get up there. Get up there. There we go. Now, we could have merged that together and just ran it together. I don't know. I feel lazy. Feel lazy after all that hard work. There we go. All right. Modular frames coming out much faster. Much more better. Now, while we were doing this, we actually already were doing stuff earlier that might help us out in the long run. So let's see what we can do over here. Now, again, remember, that's only just this one line, and we still have another one. We can still do 4 times what we're doing, do 4 more of what we did right there, or basically the entire, we did only 3 sections. We're going to do 4 sections total. But we can do the entire same thing coming off of this one over here. So we could have a lot of modular frames. And had I knew this was over here, I would have done this a lot earlier. Right? Definitely earlier in the game, because you're going to need a lot of these suckers. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just take this out of here. We're going to try to run it here. Didn't think it was going to run direct. Let's go ahead and just put this, say, right there. Let's run it the other way. I love the fact that you can fix the directions there. Then run it to there. And again, remember this? You're like, oh, Kismet, I didn't know you were going to use that for something. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you got the ability to utilize something that you already did, absolutely go for it. Let's bring that up just a little bit. Make it easier for us to... Actually, we can just put it all the way up. What are we going to put it down for? We can just put it up there. If we ever need to use it, we can simply just jump up there. Whoop. Oh, guess what we need? I don't even need to tell you. It's funny every time. Let's go scalp it from somewhere. Let's go scalp it from back here. Man, I need some more fuel. I should probably stop and make myself some fuel. Let's scalp it from way back here. Alright, stop requiring me to use that. Look at this massive production we got going now. Very nice. And again, what I would do if I started over again is I would go and just tap every node. And just be pumping this stuff in there and then building add-ons to all of it after that. Just tap every node, and then you can just keep building and building and building and building. And then you'll be styling. And you're like, well, Kismet, how are you going to get up there now? You don't have your jetpack and everything. There's a ladder on the side. Just get right up there. Woo, free ride. Right? We just look at our frames coming in. Right? Frames coming in. Now, over here, we've already got a frames box. that's coming out here somewhere. There it is. So we need to kind of hook up with that box. All of that stuff that's coming from that way. And we're going to have a bit of a problem here because we've got our giant thing here, which is taking up the corner. So we're going to need to run it around this side and make it end up back in there. So I feel like the first thing we want to do is go ahead, give this a good stacking like that. We'll go ahead and run this. So once we have this done, it'll just simply go right in there. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing here. Stack this up a little bit. And we want to run it in the direction we want it to go, hopefully, like that. And then from down here, okay, does it reach? The answer is yes. So that's cool every time it does that. And then we get up here. Whoa. And we ride the conveyor. Over here, we double check that that's what this is. I believe, yep, that's what it is. And here comes the other ones. Yay! All right. So that's coming out at 8. These over here are coming out at 4 because I only made one of these for some crazy reason. Because I had such a huge backlog of them. Then I realized that it doesn't matter how much of a backlog you have. Eventually, it's going to burn it all. But this is the thing that's making it right here. And see, and again, we need 10 per minute. And now we're making basically 15 per minute because we're making 4 from one, and then we're making 8 from the other. So really, it's more like 14 or 12 a minute or whatever it is. Hold on, 4, 8, 12. Yeah, it's making 12 per minute. It's making 12 per minute. So now we have enough modular frames to keep this running nonstop. Now we can just kind of feed some in there while we're waiting, right? We can also go make our own modular frames. Right over here, we have a whole bunch of things just to try to keep this feeding while it's trying to catch up. And then after that, it should non-stop create the heavy ones. Now, what we really want to do is we want to have 2 of these running. Now, imagine trying to keep 2 of these running right now, right? Just all that work that we did just to keep the one running. So we have to do all that work again for a second one. And then we'll need 3 things at the end instead of just 2. But we can do that because we have a whole nother node over there that we could build out the entire thing again. We could run it over here. We got to make sure we have enough screws and encased industrial beams and all of that stuff, right? And I feel like our beams here we should cut in half so that we got that. So that continues to produce behind it now that it's going to be consistently running. Same thing with our screws here. We'll go ahead and cut those in half, so those are constantly being built behind. See, the problem is if this fills up, all the stuff behind it will stop, right? But that's okay. You want it to just keep producing as much of this as possible behind the scenes, right? You see it moving now. But back in this box, there's going to be a bunch of this just sitting in there. Look at how many of those we got sitting around now, right? So now it's got plenty of a backlog, so it can just feed all that in there. And should be just fine. It should be now producing at its maximum speed. But we could increase the speed even more if we want. We could go ahead and just do like a boom and say go. So now it's going to go even faster. And let's see what our modular frame is going to say 15. Right? So now we need it at 15. And we need this at 45. And this at 15. And this at 270. So now it's going to burn those resources much faster. But right now we have a bit of an excess of resources, so it's going to burn those excess resources. So I kind of feel like sometimes the way you burn excess resources is you just crank this baby up. It burns those resources a bit faster. It kind of gets rid of those excess resources, and then you crank it back down so it's 100% efficient, so it's not waiting for the resource. And you're not wasting power as well. So I'm just going to leave that boosted for now. It's not producing modular frames fast enough, but that's okay. It's at least going to burn through what we've already made faster and go ahead and run that over there. Now, meanwhile, while we were doing all of that and all the other stuff, it was still running back there. And it was still running them in little by little over here. And I feel that the modular frames, the lower ones and the higher ones, are the biggest thing. Look, it made 200 of them while we were doing something else. So even though it was going really slow, it did take a long time. There we go. But I'm in South Africa. Pink, fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Oh, mods, put that in my kids' reminders. I could have that song right now. I could have that song. I'd be awesome if I had that song on tap right now and I could just literally just press it right over here for you. That would have been awesome, bro. That would have been awesome. But no, we don't. I don't have it. I don't have it. But I got this one. Nothing wrong with me loving you. Got that one on tap. How about this one?
Giving yourself to me can
Never be wrong. If your love is true. There we go. Getting a little sexy up in here. Getting a little sexy up in this stream. You got to feel it. You got to channel that music through your soul. That's how the music is. You got to love that type of music. Now, of course.
Let your love come
Ouch.
if you believe.
See, I love doing that kind of stuff. Now, I'd play the whole thing for you, but they'd copyright strike me here on the stream. So, nope. Can't do it. Can't do it, but I can do tiny little sound bites. Or I can do stuff like this, too. Where's the other one? Get your love. Come and get your love. Come and get that manufacturing love right here. This is called building love. Look at this. This is some sweet. I almost jumped down there, by the way. I almost did, but then I realized I didn't have any fuel. Look at this beauty. Now, again, this is just from one node right here, producing all of that. And we still got one more to go. I feel like we're going to have excess from this one that we can pile into the next one. And we're just going to build out all of that over on that side. We're just going to build it all out. And we're going to run that out there and build this whole entire thing again, plus some extra. And then run those into one of those suckers. But we're not going to run it up here. We're going to run it down there. We're going to make screws with the other thing here. That'll run into that eventually. And then we'll need a whole bunch of other stuff from up here, right? We'll need to be able to feed the rest of that stuff in here. What do we got here? That's space elevator, 684. We'll need to produce more screws. We'll need to be able to make more frames, which is no problem. But our other bottlenecks here are going to be these two things, right? Are going to be our industrial beams and our conveyors. But look at this. I got a whole box full of these. So I can just siphon off of these, run those to another one of these. Now, one of the things I would love to do is be able to stack the manufacturers, right? Stack them on top of each other, and then you can just run, one up and one down, one up and one down, one up and one down, one up and one down. Talking to you, Satisfactory. Talking to all you awesome peeps over there. Let me do that. Let me stack them too high. That would be nice. That would be an amazing thing. Because it won't let me stack them. I've tried it at least. I don't know how to do it. It won't let me stack it. I could try to put it over here. But they won't let me put two of them on top of each other. That would be amazing. Now, this is all spaghetti up here. And I feel like tearing this whole entire thing down and redoing it. But we'll probably start from scratch, actually. Start from scratch and do it all over again. But way better the next time. And think it way far out. Because we've gotten really, really deep into it. We know what the mechanics are. We know what to do. We know how we should have made our hub and then ran all of these extra resources right next to the hub, right? And that's the first thing that I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is tap into each and every one of these nodes that are right here in this area. Then I'm going to put my hub down, and I'm going to make storage boxes around my hub. It's going to be covered with storage boxes all around the areas, right? And I'll probably put just the single ones, and I'll put them double high, and then I'll feed all of the resources, and then have the resources coming out just a little extra, right? Where you just kind of run a little bit so you can see what's in each box, and then I will run them all there first. And then if I need any other resources, I'll go ahead and split it off to go elsewhere. But always number one, run those resources right to your front door. So you're not running over there to grab it from that box, and you're not running to grab it from this box over here, and you're running that box, and a box over there, and a box over there. And it's kind of cool to test it, to do different levels and all that stuff. But I would not do it like this again. Absolutely not. I would put all of the storage boxes together so I can use it and then split them elsewhere. There we go. Walls and 1 meter foundations. Strike that. Bad habit. Hey, what's up? Sexy stream. Exactly. You want to get in here and get that love, right? You want to get that love. What else I got over here? I'm still working on my other stuff over here. We could be doing some of this. What is someone who plays this game way too long? This guy. Whee! Oh! Oh! Look out! Oh! Look out! Almost died. Look out, crazy Kismet jumping off of there. A little bit too crazy there. A little bit too crazy. Try to get over here to my oil thingies. Jump for it! Made it. Nailed it. All right. Oh. See, I see this. I'm like, uh-oh, what's up? What's up with that? Hold on. Uh-oh. I think we did it, everybody. I think we used too much power. I knew it was going to happen eventually. Well, you know, hey, that, we're going to stop 30 minutes ago was, probably not true. All right. Well, I've got some oil. I mean, I could have just made some. Let's go ahead and make some, fuel here. I knew it was going to eventually kick off the power because that's a lot of power that we just added. That's a tremendous amount. So we might have to go over there and make some more power. Or we just tap into this massive amount of oil we've got over here. Let's go check it out. Now, I could run all the way over there and do it that way, but I'm going to go over here and see at what level that it did drop the power. I'm also going to look at my coal in here. Oh, that coal is backlogged. Backlogged like a Bosch. Wasted resources. All right, so we got some coal plants that we left down here that are acting as part of our power. We can go in and we take a look. Yep, there it is. There it is by like 50 watts. By 50 watts we're over. But that's okay. We got tons of this right here. And we got a whole backlog of it right in here too. Look at that. Right now it's coming out of there at 480. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look out! Look out! Oh, goodness. Tap the spacebar. Tap, tap, tap it. Woo-hoo-hoo! That launched us right off the side there. Man, that got my stomach, man. That got my stomach. Whoa! Got launched. I feel like we're just going to be a little lazy here instead of running all the way down to the end. Let's just get this done. We're just going to put some fuel generators back in here. And we don't have any modular frames. What a bummer. All right, is it easy to make these or modular thing? Yeah, we need the heavy ones for those. So we need to make some modular frames. Okay, what a surprise. What a surprise. But we got a bunch of coal in here. Yep. Modular frames. We can't make them because we don't have enough reinforced iron plates. Let's make some more of those. Actually, let's see how many of these we need. Let's go ahead and make 3 more of these. 1, 2, 3. We're going to need 9 modular frames. And we didn't bring all of our stuff, or we used our stuff up. One or the other. There we go. Oh, make an extra one. Again, I feel like the modular frames is where you start to hit that that real plateau. Plateau problemo. All right. Easy. Let's see. It's coming out over there, so let's just put it right here. Make our life super easy. All right. Boom. Boom. And boom. Easy mode. And then we're gonna do this. Actually, don't put the power pole in first. Don't put the power pole in first, Kismet. Stop doing that. Put the splitter in first. All right, splitter. Right there. And this doesn't need to go more than 60, so we'll use our 60 belts. Trying to get... Stop doing it that way. I'm trying to get in the habit. Oh. Darn it. Could have sworn I had that right, but apparently not. Make a mistake, just roll on in life, everybody. Just roll on. Boom. Good practice for me to tell it to go in the direction I want it to go. All right, so it's coming out of here, so I can just run this literally right to there. And that's just going to come out of there and fire into these. Now, the second these fill up with some of this, I should be good. But here's what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to grab this and just easy start these, right? Just doot, doot, drop those in there. And I can use up all this extra resource that I've had sitting over there. which is awesome. There we go. Woo, got rid of some of that resource. Now we're going to pull the power plug here after we connect the power back. And should be good. That'll give us another 150 watts. Oh, power. We can use up some of this excess power we got going here. Feed that into the system. And go. Oh. Look at that, everybody. That's called riding the line right there, baby. I feel like it's gonna go past that for sure. Going way down, though. I feel like it's gonna come way back up again. Let's watch it for a minute. Let's watch it for a minute. Tier 4, Tier 5. Yeah, I'm not to that yet. Don't tell me anything about that. Don't tell me. Well, no, I forget what tier I'm at. I'm like Tier 7 and 8 is the one I'm still working on. Trying to unlock with these heavy modular frames. Yeah, why does Spike so much power there? There it goes. There it goes. Get on up there. I want to see. See, because other stuff is starting to kick back on again, right? So what it does, it takes a little bit for it to, you know, kick back on and some of those things to work, because then the resources start moving forward. So some of the stuff from back there starts to turn back on. And that's why you got to watch this, because sometimes it'll spike when all that resources starts getting used up. See, it'd be nice if it had like a past history, where you could see like the highest production or highest consumption that it hit, right? In the past, like a little graph or something here. It says the highest peak that you hit so far was this. That would be nice. All right, that's good enough. All right, everything is back up and running. Back in business. Now again, we just used all that. That means we're going to definitely have to add more power. We're going to have to make our own heavy modular frames. We're going to have to add more power on that side for all of this that we added. I should have probably noted how much power we were using before we built this, so we know we have to build the entire thing again, how much power that we're going to need. So we'll figure that out later. Probably the hard way by running out of power. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Turned out all awesome. Let's take a look at our handiwork here. Where's our cool lookout tower? Where can we stick that sucker? Right here. All right, look at this beautiful construction that's going on that I don't have to lift a finger. I don't have to do nothing to make all that work. Now, right now, again, we're very underutilizing all of this for sure. Look at that, barely even doing anything. And I'm going to take all that up because I'm going to be doing basically what it's doing over here. And then any excess, we'll run the excess back into our main system. And really, I feel like the thing is, in the end, you want to have like a central hub that all of your stuff goes into. And then you can just build these lines as much as you want, multiple levels, whatever it is, to get to that end result that you're trying to get, right? And you just build it out in that one line. You run all of your stuff into containers, and then you can build it all out. Okay, this is just for this is for this is for that, that kind of thing. You know, first tier, second tier, third tier, and just kind of work your way out from that. I could definitely rebuild this entire thing in that way. Take it easy, man. Have a great night. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. We're going to go ahead and let that rock and roll. And I feel like maybe by next time, while we're doing other stuff and we're working on this other side, that we may unlock those next tiers and we'll take a look at it and go from there. So very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, see, I don't even know how many other nodes there are over here that I haven't even tapped into. All right, I can tell you there's another one, 119 right there for concrete. Let's go ahead and look at something else. Let's say, Let's try copper. Alright, we got our copper node there. Another one, 292 that way. 500 that way. Iron. We know we're using that one. 500 that way. 500 that way. Oh my gosh. So much resources. So many resources that we could be tapping into right now. And just funneling it over here like crazy. And I'm going to go back and forth whether I should just tear everything down once I get to the highest tier and just work at the highest tier. Or start again from scratch. I'm feeling start again from scratch, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So that's going to be it for tonight, everybody. Let's go ahead and save our game as crushed it. Beep. There we go. A lot less spreadsheets, a lot more getting in there and having fun. And again, oh, actually, we should fly up. We should fly upstairs and get up here and see how it is tomorrow, because we're very close, and we could just make some of our other frames now to try to unlock it. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow, because we're within 300 now, and we could literally, I could just AFK. I could AFK in the stream, AFK, and this would just run the rest of these in here, because now it's all balanced. There's nothing I need to do, and I could just sit here and let it run. But I prefer to do it on stream. I prefer that a big time. But we may just kind of speed it along a little bit. And let that go. All right. So let's go ahead and get to my overseer's office, and let's go get on the Kismet love train. Let's go. All right, everybody. You should know what to do by now. Grab that first one. Highlight it. If you're new to my stream, feel free to highlight that Kismet love train. Sharing the love. Go ahead and copy it and paste it right back in the channel. Copy pasta that baby right in there. Based on how many people put that in the chat while I'm getting this raid ready, is how many of all of you are going to get Kiz Caps. And of course, Kiz Caps are for my contests and giveaways. I still have tons of random games to give away. So I strongly recommend that you do that real quick, because it basically just takes a moment. Now, if you're on mobile or something like that, just put anything in the chat. Put a heart, put hello, put Kismet Love Train, whatever you want to do. Get that hype going. Put some hype icons in there, hype emotes, so that everybody's getting some loot, and you'll be loved greatly by the chat. All right, well, we only got one raid target. One raid target. No, I think there's some from earlier. Some from earlier. All right, let's look at those too. Let's look at those. Huh. That is a great Twitch name. I need some Porta. Man, I want to get back to playing some Porta too. Only so much time. Oh, I feel we got somebody we can help. Somebody we can help get to affiliate tonight. That's it. That's it. Here's what we're doing right now, everybody. Here's your chance to make a difference in someone's life. Here's the way you can push this person to affiliate. By coming in, dropping the hype, and there's 100 people in the channel. She currently needs, let's see, she needs 18 more followers. Actually, she needs 13 more. 13 or 3 more followers. We're going to go in there. We're going to blow up her chat. We're going to throw Kismet Love Train, sharing the love in there. And then we're going to hit that follow button. Get her to affiliate right now. She'll never forget you guys for doing that. I'm telling you, I don't forget any of my peeps who got me to affiliate and on to partner. I remember every single one. And it's the only people I remember. If you tell me your name, I will forget it. But if you came in during that time, I will remember you forever. And this is your chance to make someone a difference in someone's here on Twitch's life. Her name is Funnel Cake Ninja, which I think is hilarious. Right now, playing some 76. Right now, at 37 followers with 8 people on her channel. That's pretty good for 37 followers. She's about to have 100 plus more in there. And I had a great night tonight. I hope you guys did too. Let me go ahead and start this raid going. Bam! There we go. Raid queued up and ready to go. We got the points dished out. We are ready to go. I've got to grab my Kismet Love Train and put it in the chat. Oh, I always fail fish. Remembering to do that. All right, let's copy it. Let's paste it in there before I forget. Make sure to hit that follow button, everybody, and I will see you all next time. Let's take this on out of here. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, not working. How about we do a little bit of this then? Where is it? A little bit of this. If I can get it working. Oh. Nothing wrong with me loving you. That's right. Let's go, everybody. Okay, we're out of here. I gotta fix that. Buttons, mini buttons. All right, that's it for me, everybody. See you next time, or see you tonight, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye. Hey everybody, Kismet here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Also check me out live on twitch.tv/Kismet. I'll see you all next time.